dran komoi eba ye womanfo na bebre na chehu ka say National Cathedral idie o mampani wani suade hunu yi a wo pese wo beye ma o man Ghana idie enya ade a ye hia amanfo se ehu hia amanfo se asori dan bebre be wo krom hai enti yetumi asummu awie ni yakwakwa kosi National Cathedral ana womanfo bebre na kire wo madwen he wo de score political point wo kire mu say National Cathedral ya yesi ye ba beye emu sika ye de akwakotu amena a building no yentumi pagency ho chese amanfo kasa ho bebre ena ye da sorry ya new update about National Cathedral ne ho ne say aban His Excellency John Dramani Mahama aban this current government say yeba be converting National Cathedral site into a National Cultural Convention Center. Now it's for me kind of potokasemwa. You see, the government has announced plans to convert the stalled National Cathedral project into a National Cultural Convention Center, which is NCCC, positioning it as the flagship hub for Ghana's burgeoning creative economy and cultural diplomacy efforts. According to a policy document under the new 24-hour economy initiative for the culture, creative arts and tourism dubbed Show 24, the NCCC will be established in partnership with AFCFTA Secretariat and is expected to become Africa's leading venue for international exhibitions, film festivals, trade shows, and summits. The initiative, government says, will address a critical infrastructure gap while avoiding conflict with religious or national values. At the national level, a bold flagship intervention is proposed, converting the National Cathedral site into the National Cultural Convention Center. Na chese National Cathedral la omanfo bebre na wo madwin chire mu no mo feel say a waste of taxpayers' money. See, but even though National Cathedral, no, now yes, man for say people who want to donate to help build the project, no so a man for feel say a waste of funds. See, a disika ebesi sadi and see saying yes, see a babe daneno. The National Cultural Convention Center. The flagship hub, as you say, cultural exhibition, a bano film festivals, trade shows, any adiade. We know aba bedao. Si say one man for no one more dream was saying. We know so yebe support ya na man for na question be bro mu busa ne say na ne trade fair yi die ya e ba ya ko bubu ye building ya friend dome let's mu build your friend dome ya ye bubu ya no so ye eno so no yebe jai ya na say no be wo ho na we no so ababa be kan tili
yeah ni wo mo bisa sa question mo so me bisa me question pa cause my circle trade fair wa but first of all I think initiative via to help with the sector. No, I am always for it because we cannot have too much venues. Any venue, any opportunity. In fact, our venue deficits. I will grow. We want to say if there are opportunities to get more, I would love that because a better event ticketing. Sonia, if we have more venues available for creatives to do more things, I'm quite excited, but. It comes back to uncommon with so what happens to the national the trade fair convention center no master to now on my foundation face because the last time I was there interview I know it was a PPP. It was private and then it was public.
In fact, me mintia sia menya wo. I think say me no na koy.
Yeah.
Me mintia sia menya and say yes sika ye di si sa building crowd the materials no bibia wo ho. Are you ready? Enti
no say ya no person me hu say aban ebe still la do hold their part say be ya everything can be finalized. What you say, ain't no a horn and me person me who say or horn so no akosi saying. I want to akosi saying. Now aside that, no, I think say one thing that meka one thing I meka say it will be very sad say I buy ebe sanso AUC taxpayers money to do this. There's a reason tia I buy we buy almost your money be buy friend oral na abano one na mosima investigations and who says sika akusuka pudo bi akọ sa assassin mu. And please, instead of using taxpayers monies again to do it, how about you recoup the monies according to oral for no National Cathedral no, it didn't go the right way. No, recoup that money no from one mass kana kodi omo ho no. Na fe never be build the National Convention Center no. Because ebe me ya pa say sa pit way any sika anomo no. Another taxpayers money will be taken from the taxpayers to do a convention center, and there said be obi bia sabi so onya sika ni bi se cathedral sika no. As I say, obi afako o my sika spedede or the coaches spedede. So say I am running and wa coachina na ya chi sika ni be back. At least ya jini nya net meje half in pa. E beti sika ya beti free taxpayer bottom. E dia koye sade we. Unless of course there is a special funding from somewhere coming purposely for sa convention center no. But if it's something taxpayers need to do with that, I think so they should start from looking at how to get the monies that went into that pit back, and then now they can subsidize it with the tax now to make it happen. Now my conversation then comes back to amphitheater so now how far, because venues there, as I said, we need a lot. And I'm going to build a big going to build a convention center. We have seen pictures of former deputy minister Okreku Mante at the Asawa form to show say or maybe they are ready and they have place for the amphitheaters. And the convention center clearly is going to be in Accra, but the plan of the amphitheater was to decentralize event Accra based. More venues in different parts of Ghana means that even creatives are able to tour the country with their projects. Into NDC for Black Star Experience any ministry no. Some common so akosi same because me carry anchor so ma betina ha e ma ye bisa ne say some common e question or some of them they will not pursue. And omoba ye 6 months in ye maintain ho hwe I didn't really not pursuing our amphitheaters for us because me kai say deputy minister Okreku Mate say sikane cry ready. And I was say ready no it is a sika ready there wait ye not just say see a kwakotoni man I am yes it's in pacho monye no so my because convention center in Accra, the trade fair convention center and amphitheaters other parts of Ghana, it will all benefit the creative and the tourism thing pacho me come on a center. But if anything, I think Oral should get half of the money for us from one more year. National Cathedral.
I think so. Speaking on the issue of financing, no, according to a article, no, one much say financing support will be provided through the 24-hour value chain financing facility and a technical assistance grant facility, both aimed at sustaining creative entrepreneurs and enterprises. Say 24-hour value chain na you create no hona fans ni be fiaba ama yede ayeden SC the new convention center ya womo eba besi ye be friend the National Cultural Convention Center.
Me pacho 24-hour value chain no. And it's saying is it like some foreign agency bina my sa edisika egusa chain. I really want to know what it means because if we have funds I know say and grant I know say be agency been a day my and some bank been a my grant that about if you say the 24-hour whatever chain now what is it? Does it your sika your foot to I really want to know what that one is about. Then I know say okay be obi na my grant or might be na my grant and now be na my grant UNESCO and now be na my UNICEF and now whatever na my grant. But because I know say 24-hour policy no I Ghana for the which will be sika no most of it will be from year to. And you know, if you say 24-hour value chain or something, no, does it mean say no and ye sika na kumana.
All right. Ye puswa humano na ye nyampanifo bi ni o ma cheche nkomo na wo matumi acheche ye nyama ni so ye. Until then I think say National Cathedral ni say enya cathedral ni bio. Say the next initiative ni say ye National Cultural Convention Center.
Hey, baya.
Yes.
There's a battle. Actually, say we was almost starting on where we are. Na se sebi omoko opposition na. Nipa no craft architects no craft former cathedral plan so be say ye beto so ye hyanyame boy ni nyame wa pam. No abeto so. Actually say ye kɔ enima na ye ba ye chi. Me pa cho.
So by the time obey so beto so na ye bia ye page building we ni si wa untumi nkasa
me pa cho the plan of the architects no your friend is saying oh yeah National Cathedral, you know, he didn't have the plan of NCCCC, but so on the South, which means maybe a do be I wait me the pulpit I see what than no cathedral, you know, so much as yeah, they should finish in 4 years. If not, a car, annual foundation, any different person and different debt, building when you different debts, not finishing. So one I be so they better start and finish for us, cause ya bre.
The idea in Bible and the better. I would say Wendy Shay or say too late. This song is doing about 30 billion our TikTok. Tilly, and you won't saying this year that Wendy Shay releases annually.
Na some catch out say and you no. I don't be never saw you through a lady called a small girl called your friend is saying
Nidina Minkai
something she Tracy Shields was saying. Nyame le fan mu ebema when the share sa project we and nyame so dey ebeto when the share now so no she didn't act selfish, she didn't act like a typical Ghanaian artist obi ayelenyom opportunity pa and now original opportunity so no harness every opportunity that came with the opportunity. And you know I am not surprised say now best now bono bobo because he saw an opportunity and took it, and clearly it has done some wonders for it. And I know say minim say we drop where we are, but they're about to drop a remix.
I think we drop it. The only Yemi Alade yeah.
Which means that clearly, you know, she has a plan she's moving with this project, and I am very glad to see say I materialize it. And you know, or was it be our former lady no, or former girl no, and I've seen by the way she has handled the girl and conversations around her. But
one of the conversations are Pejani I think say they be do baby na so okọ baby a one girl ne nam. Minim se mu ya so na nkofo busa se wa adopting ana one ne neti ana because ye nim se okọ so be sponsor girl no education through to tertiary ana me ba. Now some of the conversations say oh she say you know on any nam as a baby or kobia girl need in a chin to adopting on any net say and answer you know it's just spending some time with Wendy Shay or you know and what have you.
Some comment the man follow there, but I would think in my mind, in my thinking, I am sure say it's all part of the activation of the song, because clearly as a one of the pictures about with Trima and you know elevate some baby how and a girl no edesa. So if people want to see the girl more, and let's say the girl doesn't have school at that time, and the girl also clearly look to me who gonna do me now or pay art and creative baby. So if she can have her mother with the mother's consent, she can tag along just to go and dance or even be at certain places where you know children will be excited seeing her. Why not? And I don't think it interfered with school. If it interferes with her normal routine as a child and in school, never be a problem. So if the parents, with their consent, gave Wendy Shay and she wasn't in a situation where, as a child, you shouldn't be, not everything was done above sea level. Why not? I mean, it's also good for the child. It's actually good for her, one way or the other. And I don't see anything wrong, and it has translated to the number. I'm telling you,
30 billion.
the girl was the miracle one for this particular song. I'm telling you. Yeah. Me have any kasa.
We are friend of revival.
To the poster girl, no. It's obviously she already buy more things, and I think people also laugh that. Trina watching girl now Ben and let's say me you sue for making promotion. I'm also, you know, with you, and I like it. I actually do like it. When we saw video now, Papa no okosa Wa anyway.
You're being about.
Opening the banner, Messi Kano. Now he goes everywhere because people want to see him. What's he say? I keep saying, say, maybe an artist. I foresee my father doing the same thing for me, so that me hate him. Papa, me want to so if when they share uncle and the sister now when you obia and the parents are understanding that they want her to do more with when they share, why not? Because the girl to Tracy share no be sharing, it's because of when they share. So if she thinks she can tap into more opportunities around her, I am down for it, as long as it is not interfering with anything that has got to do with her normal childhood life.
Okay, yeah, what the kakrabes was one now?
Oh, the kakrabes was me here for. I think the Tilly kind, girl, the kind of Tracy Shea. I don't know MCI about for agenda. Because every baby sooner will be baby. Yeah. And I carry revival. In that cannot my name and now for discussing when the share because usually you discuss it what is a mobile home audience. Yeah, sometimes it's me overlooking, but yeah, cause like I say I feel near finish when they say boy juma pa by some microphone, and I vibe on start here from girlway video na microphone use to some trolling no. Is that till kind no? Say interfere with my education, and in the primary childhood activities. I don't see anything wrong with it because I think clearly no who again in him so enjoy.
Hey, Papa.
Let's show them chroma. Why don't cry say I understand? Omoko in collage shows on no can and grow so much. I believe say a blessing in disguise for when the share and also for the girl and her family. Because so Rebecca Sobe found Honka from stage hour to university. And that for moon and yeka ketwa. And I think said that was like PR magic, meaning say na calculated, but na even calculated or not calculated. For when the shapes obey side in alone, no, it put a lot of love. I won't call for kumemu for the when the share, you know. So I think we should encourage. I say to encourage some mutual support, say from creatives and also from fans who tend to be part of the team. Just that we also need to respect boundaries. But so far, I think so good. Congrats to Wendy in the team.
All right. Yatin komo we if you wanna na yemra a year social media space. I think it's one of the most vibrant ministers. Ebano communicating with the people on social media. Honorable Sam George. To me enyini film. Na I think said last week on United Showbiz, in Komobi Ebaso. Where now ye can about your social media digital space, any koso. This was about LGBTQ for your mobile chamfoni a year such iconic and monumental places are your Ghana Hanum say your mother better webe than in common Ghana Hano. Enumu ena main so may suggest say Honorable Sam George Ebo Juma nemum onto nani na womra social media no so kakra. Na wo mehwe eniema enkrofo ye ne TikTok ho say sebe imperadua na wo be call TikTok live yi so na wo bi gina so kwabra ni gina so na sebio omo have live sex wo TikTok ne so na harmful content a wo mo de to TikTok ne so emu masturbation ni emu niema no entwa yie sasem yi na me de to dwa na me twi Honorable Sam George adwen eba so na chese knowing you or unknowingly no now Honorable Sam GeorgeOkrani a TikTok for ni be representatives ni be Asia anyone match chain common as say we're making it clear says he say one more yen shesheya ye de beto akwa mu sane ebe ya sa harmful content here where your social your digital space wo mo betumi akebe na ensem hunu ni nsem a ensem fata enkrofo edit TikTok no eye no wo mo betumi ahwe na wo ma ye den wo ma bre na sesenia e wese wo mo ye because yesa ye nkola no edi wo munya papa na Honorable Sam George has condemned the growing volume of sexually explicit content on TikTok, describing it as completely unacceptable and against Ghanaian culture and norms. Same way or the tuja ministerial briefing a course Accra on the 3rd of July. our updated public no key developments one more area to within the digital sector during the second quarter of 2025. Now, Mr. Sam George revealed that the government had formally engaged TikTok's West African government relations team on June 26th to address several critical concerns regarding content regulation and user safety on the platform. Honorable Sam George and Sema Walker, kind of potokasem kakrete for me. We are message him or say, I'm deeply concerned about some of the content on TikTok. Live sex and explicit material on TikTok is completely unacceptable and against our culture and our norms. These were part of the conversations I held with TikTok team to ensure content moderation in Ghana. He said, as part of the engagement, the Ningo Prampram member of parliament disclosed that the government had asked TikTok to implement in-country content moderation. This would ensure that locally trained teams familiar with Ghana's value and culture monitor and manage content on the platform. He also proposed the establishment of the local content governance framework aligned with the national regulatory expectations with the goal of protecting the rights of users, especially minors. Mr. Sam George said the Cybersecurity Authority had been tasked to work closely with TikTok to conduct continuous surveillance of the platform and identify accounts posting offensive and culturally inappropriate content. He added that such accounts would be taken down and their owners permanently banned. Beyond content control, the minister welcomed TikTok's recent introduction of STEM-focused content feed and encouraged its alignment with Ghana's 1 Million Coders Initiative, a national program aimed at training 1 million young people in digital skills. He also urged the platform to ensure fair compensation for Ghanaian content creators who he said contribute significantly to the TikTok's global appeal and growth. Therefore, Honorable Sam George say one West African a year representative for TikTok for na chichen komo. Watch one mo say no e was so mo de niema toto akwan mu a year sexually explicit content o man for na to TikTok ne so no one mo de niema be toto akwan mu e be bo a year minus ho ban enkola ho ban any users a use TikTok no I bet to me are protecting. Now one more do account no edi sansem hunu no e was account no ye to me a flagging it down na I permanently banned that just a wunya access to TikTok. The idea also was baso for a year the STEM programmer or my introduce you a TikTok and so no say bebwa ama man for no esua de. Adie ba ko so a ban TikTok users a home pa a year TikToker ye tuaka ye nimsa ma no ne de TikTok no the more views a wo benya no ye check you views na ye de tuaka ba Ghana ha ntesa e wo mu say Ghana TikTok users ni bi afa kwan bi so o ma find it to register on account no wa broach a wo mu de gisika but enye obia na benya saa akwanya na enye obia no benya saa opportunity no say wo betumi a make sika from the TikTok platform no. Into Honorable Sam George so ahwe say wo mo nhwe say fair compensation yede bema eye Ghanaian content creators no yebetumi edi ama womo sene be ya content a womo create ya no so boa ema TikTok no enya sa global appeal any sa global growth no Ghana edi mu akotene Ghana TikTok users edi mu akotene panti womo hwe na womo emmoa na womo ntumi entua eye TikTok users yi enso eka ensem bia eye Honorable Sam George editu dwa ewo ministerial briefing no ebiniete for me mo ani we ma mo na mo ntie na ye ba ya ma ya pamfo so aba be cheche wo madwin ewo ho.
A way forward on the issues raised. The outcomes will be shared with the public in due course. This engagement reflects our commitment to regulatory accountability and our resolve to ensure that digital services in Ghana remain fair, accessible, and responsive to the needs of citizens. I make you one thought. I won't leave tomorrow's meeting without securing a drop in the price of DSTV. That's the solemn promise I made to you. As part of efforts to promote vibrant and inclusive digital creative economy, I met with TikTok's West African government relations team on the 26th of June. Our discussions focus on enforcing age restrictions, safeguarding minors, and promoting responsible content development. And at this point, let me just pause and say that I'm deeply concerned about some of the content on TikTok. Life and explicit material on TikTok is completely unacceptable and against our culture and our norms. And those were parts of the conversation I held with TikTok saying to have content moderation in the country. The cybersecurity authorities mandated to do constant surveillance of TikTok platforms and accounts in country that are engaged in content that is anti our culture and not appropriate, and work with the platform operator to take down those accounts and block the owners of those accounts from operating on those platforms. The ministry also welcomed TikTok's introduction of a STEM-focused content feed and encouraged strong alignment with national programs.
Okay, it's here for Honorable Sam George and Wuti ya watch mu and Yema wani a TikTok representatives no atcheche hu nkoma one more share no mo de atoto akwemu send ye be ya ye benya sa sanity no ewo ye digital space ho enti se say no Honorable Sam George ashomo says sexually explicit content no any harmful content I de to ho no se say no so amutumi ye nyema ni wi a wo be yesa no wo account no you be flagging it down. And I think say Ghana phone name says I say we are very particular about it and who hear me ye pa. So I'm very happy say ye to me edisan komo we ya ye de enyema ebe to akwemu na ya share for a year ye digital space no enya sa sanity na ehia no yaw for microphone me gidi ye pa say story we de che yentio
me de che I think say social media platforms and platforms are sexually charged content, any dangerous content, harmful content, say please I think even ideally for most of social media for no or more be more strict rules and regulations are guide posting certain contents. Be more with me the nudity notification also with me the violent also. But unfortunately, no. I think TikTok, no, I done very easy in terms of people putting in content that are explicit. And me who campaign, no, oh, na many aje because you hear voices on the media space from me. I can I about in your way, and I also mebo minister nabaso. So no so in the ministry, who are almost taking the necessary steps. I bet me as solve rampant videos I also social media Ghana crowd looking bad because you cannot cast a Ghana for TikToker. Do better than Ghana TikTok so Ghana in Nigeria. Because Ghana in Nigeria TikTok the young man same who know also. But TikTok say a platform bet me the entertaining also with me also the educating. In fact, baby so you so TikTok edit me set up more business ideas akonkan. And by your marketing get with the my industry in Queen me bompa say style ma start no enya kasa kwa enya kasa say action take now yetimi who visible improvement on our fees when it comes to social media because I'm down the throw mo o scroll like can you say why you so should be view o scroll betiana voices be but especially volume higher now you to say wo ni pe krono ni babo ni Inti essa.
Okay, Tilly.
Me pressure bear rising. Me pacho da Ghana ha yenimra emra wo hwa against public indecency any obscenity dada.
Yo.
Enti the dey miom na yentimi so adai. Edi biom na yentimi so nkrofo we impa with the existing laws so we have to wait for this thing to go on to say TikTok na ebeti e kasa na se hu se nipa ne e kasa be where the way at na you deleting the account because even me cry you wa share videos am for masturbating live on TikTok da watch me videos no so what are we doing to these people because we have a law that clearly prohibits these things public indecency equipping polo nya asem oko exposing the whole chair ne ba no we saw how ye penny form wo Ghana ha they were vociferous about adena awaye no so what is preventing them from actually getting these people or videos or more. Also, your Ghana has say na story be say and I say content creator be can be Ghana police for a posting girl on a picture say we're missing for me amount for until investigation, which means say they know that if they want to get the person's IP and get to the perpetrators of boom runner, they can do it. And I understand, say, in the broader look of things, if Honorable Sam George gets TikTok to understand certain ones, because TikTok is not a playground, so TikTok is not loose. Actually, TikTok is not a loose platform. I bet you can say go scot free. And to say X, TikTok. Live now, yes, certain things that they will strike you. As a matter of fact, certain words crowd pono. Oh yeah, you bet delete to channel no. And it is the tree no ne platform no anti tree no. Any understand it? It's not able to filter some of the words until we go scot free no. But there is a law here in Ghana that protects obia or chirepone. All use social media to do that. What you say? Until what is Honorable Sam George using that law for? How come they cannot enforce those laws on social media? Because I am reading a part of the law that says that obscenity and indecency can be subjective and is often judged based on the standards of the contemporary community. Social media is part of our current existence now. What you say? And the people, clearly, the fact that what can say more online doesn't mean that it has no impact on the ground. We have seen people take people to court for in some of them online. So how come the laws of the land that speaks against this public indecency and this kind of obscenities cannot hold these people accountable until TikTok probably gets people who understands and how they can filter our words? Why has this thing stayed on for so long? Why? Again, preventing from actually enforcing some of these laws that are already there. Social media is not a new world. We see how they are brought to book. Or you were online, but so did our court. So how come their faces, people we can see doing something, and still we are waiting for TikTok to do something when there is law to fight this thing? It's Honorable Sam George. How is he and his people taking the already existing laws to impact social media? Say nebe amafo who say Ghana no mote so no mo ya mo TikTok no. Emra wo man ni mu. Ansana ya try ma TikTok so abemu.
Okay. Akwasi.
Aye. Now, the decan, my member, Honorable Sam George Abasu. He's Obojuma. Now, an MLP all year trying to control our digital space. Very beautiful. We decan I any telcos for na feso. No say we are seeing different words. If it's a data. Me no can say we move to TikTok. Yeah, minimal there, but say about from manager 12 midnight and now from manager 10 p.m. TikTok me some of the pages no me any porno TV subscribe them say any some of the porn sites ni be a pet. Say like seriously speaking, from Anajo, some of the sites in Bohonma, Ubisas Inti Yaw sister see no mugus a year. Womu abis behave sa, womu maman wefa, womu of anum morality, ya twatching, and ya my way, and no foresee a tiguso. And the year was so at work as saying, maybe different styles. No, me too, I'm just Timothy tell me who said no. Yeah, the issue is that Yama Mohano. Say, when say, maybe ye Juma, not just a penny be waka. That is one of the year, till if you have one observer. So, when say, Mrebia Abba, and may a shen kitty pass a ubian fanya Juma, not just a penny be waka. When you want to support us, can see be the baby. Emma car, Emma won't say at the next day, ye dear speed and call for quack highways for Gusu, ya not just a penny be a quinya's dead. Anna penny be baby Sukano. Anna president be ba, it is our quanka cannot be faro. yenko gu no asphalt na ho no nye fine
but is that always the case? If to me, is that always the case? Because you have several cases are SCA. Social media nye penny bi na dey no agim. It's just the layman, the ordinary citizen and whatever, but still when man here adwuma ma ye chi wo mukotum.
Yeah, there was an instance bi say minister bi ba eko have sex in a car. So ema no mo record o mo ho ebeto abo
na
Mitsubishi. Thank you. Enwa
yeah, okay ka
Enwa I never said rave.
o da bi enema sa de we be ma so refi. Yeah can say pudo shi but the shikwa de ye bedejo. Yeah, unim opa check sa obo sa video no ba bibiwa less than 24 hours na sa video no ya block no obi kwa dey send no ema wo phone so kra now umia uba video no e show bi refuse say obi record minister bi can I see your boxer short, can I see your this, can I see your this? Since when did you see that video again?
Oche former interior minister.
Thank you.
Sabako no ambodi.
Bakobe na dem abo obidi.
First video no ambo portfolio. Video portfolio.
They be say eno menkai, dia menkai na mebo.
Bisa say sa video no again record minister na, interior minister na. Or say sa girl no lucky kra na or spare papa no. Baby I know dey do no so ka say nka wonyi bolo kra ma no hwa anka agodi bedu sa junction no. But I'm so the whole kaka no or the spare no. Sa video no one who baby bio. You won't see it anywhere, ya block. It's a make a choice. Some social media laws no, very effective. Your laws no, but the laws only works when some big man is involved. That is when you will say, yes, Shemran say Mrano and your market.
How big man commenting as a mentia. What has that?
Mama say Mama 2 scenarios.
Okay.
Mama 2 scenarios. Metro just say. Mrano ho, but until say be activate no. She say be about a big man be one koti. What I say? What the TikTok as my aching. Ma small gabi. Record some big man being found on TikTok now in less than 24 hours. The basic or TikTok. See when Nanka saw China no or Baba Ghana
Or Singapore.
Or Baba Ghana in less than 24 hours. So I'm happy, sir. Honorable Sam George. O take initiative be a tesa. Said ya be ya. Ebe tumi aboa ma ye TikTok no ye mayo no ehunu what they need. Because yeah, they said there we share ma live sex cost what TikTok.
In fact, live prostitution.
Yes. Yeah.
Live prostitution. Na oba the camera scene anim no de ma ba begina wo beje saying wo ye short abeje saying ahina wo charge mami hwe wo mpokia mami hwe live on TikTok. I'm telling you.
Instagram.
People are bargaining for sex live. And you say we
Instagram krana sa de no ekoso. But TikTok no a bro so kra. And these are things that as I say yet me my ni ko hona yet me sensitize. We need to actually say there on some Georgie on yeah. Se be adwuma pa tilly there should be a special unit. As I saw money Minister of communication. Omone your friend is saying Ghana police. Wamutumi a special unit to say the police who call policeman yawo FPO. Also this time police or more special unit bi omotakata konoma yawo FPO yawo one. As I see it to me omutumi special social media cyber one unit here. I think some more cyber but they need to strengthen it. What I say, the SSO must strengthen now. No money communication adwuma. Number track what is happening on social media. And nipa e bet show mo kroma no no. Me say e bet you some. Young girls e bet show mo kroma no no. Any the kind of some phone pa young girls no edi what social media so no. Agin sem. Say yantumi amfa kwanfo so amfa regulate your social media no. any effort be a year for youth development, youth empowerment, some conferences here year call NYE National Youth and no my ye nano sister ni na yo brego. If we are not able to regulate our digital space, say to regulate a digital space, mind now wouldn't say yeah there are several moments say. So why you careful ne okoto mobile phone e de ma oba fi de bia wanya 14 years. Na se wuti anya ye lucky na pani u fifie na uja phone ma akwara no na okọ follow into sa platform ya. Abeji unsem. We can be bia yeah.
Because me small correction be not me mount to our submission. Correct, so not to even to you myself actually. Video na wo kano concerning a year leak video content of a year minister bino nenye interior a year national security minister a year Albert Kandapa
yura o check kwanya again no dey fast to display what was that video a year for that it means we have the power to do the things. Yen security agencies they know they have the gadgets, they have the infrastructure. Our meeting they protect young citizens no anything me for no in terms of normal echoes in social media networks, because and young people for no it's also to them said they will try and make this thing work because they have children, they also have daughters, and sons. Some of them are in the universities and what have you. And it's a inform one. The one day on Babanum, Minister Bibe Fi Krumbabano, or banana bad the kunyam no masturbate. No tuition. Then I bet my
on live.
On live. Ness is so live. It's so live. Yeah, was the other I beat Duncan Williams in the Bano. Yeah, movement to issues no more the mind. A bomb manner. No chat to so. What I say? No chat to so. No my live. Said the apostle na Yankopon adum na jampa abatumi amane opana no wa bre no wase he's showing good signs. Intino important say adi we honorable Sam George ye no empenifo ni na be support no Ghana police betumi aforso ni nketi special unit ye be check what is happening on our digital space. Prostitution, any armed robbery, any scam in air cost in digital space no media na minim say ya wonim say metis yere Ghana card na ya check baby obi ati any baby who are we personalities ye kita mobile phone no. I was so happy. So at least anya hwe sa scam no mean scam no ni na be brase because at least anya hwe kra no and then so be scam obi at least yen regulators betumi hu
baby oti
baby any penalty. But do you know say for the last 3 years scam adults who Ghana ha kwa chen for all the years.
Because asama okay na me ba ka say to say Ghana card me say baby ana me tia me ye me Ghana card sa GPS location na me use say me nti wo bio
exactly
ti wo hwehwe me abedu
but etinu ana me ka cho say no said nkofo scam nkofo social media no me mo be say anti Ghana card na ye bo ka ye no ya di enfaso ben pa na yenya frim
Mr. Questionist sorry Dr. Questionist Ghana card and scam command card and patron start one say you show no tell course na wa Ghana ha no obi afra wa or scam cra or audio evidence I would just send you with number and they will tell you they cannot take any action. They will tell you ebi atomeda obi scam me me send screenshot edit chat SNA telco no almost they can't do anything about it.
Na ya say crown akwa could do to the level say people are now able to hack into your WhatsApp. O phone na kita personal phone na kita no. Now these guys the new adventure kwa abano no. You betuma hack into your WhatsApp. Na ya send messages. Ade ama o say you bet check ni omo check your profile. Wo ma no mo chat. Into wo ma no nya message. Kwesi ubetuma bombosia 2000 or chana patututu make you scan the amount. And because of the way I am no tie no me sora na pa na me hu say ya I send message so up 2000 cedis ya manya careful na man check ya me kwa me send scan no say me will scan on my phone so I'll send it to you. I'm telling you. And this is happening at the time you see I Ghana card as say now we can track everybody. Telcos no and this they have the back end. these telco companies no they man me pese Sam George unfollow that this thing because systems burn a telcos no use wa omutimi ma hackers any people yes come on crofo ye hacking to people's phones now they and yet they are the ones controlling the back end. So this asem we no enkomo we ni digital space enkomo position say kase ya and yempon because crazy is getting too abnormal. Your system no say sanitizing now we are all at risk. Now the system now and you to me hacking crofo no yaw why it means say and no WhatsApp conversations now we are no crown and yes safe because they can hack your WhatsApp Doctor, and then capture all your conversations and then share it across. Doctor,
hacking a global phenomenon. I say, you see, US for hacking. Hacking is a global phenomenon. Hackers are always going to be smarter than the system, but there are certain things I did where you're amateur, like you are not willing to protect my system. No, a bit to say. They're okay, cause me say me could register me network
card.
No, me SIM card no, me the Ghana card koye. The Ghana card registration process, it takes your unique ID fingerprint. It is say if my fingerprint on my ID card and sa ID card no, and then that me SIM card so. How come we can't trace people to places? Because na say you want a story be obia send sika ask me obi na omukọ check Ghana nipa number na edi na da so no was registered with somebody's Ghana card. Emma Mr. Kwesi Agwaje Kraka say one with the Ghana card register ma for no hwe na criminal thing. So if asemutimi ko do court Emma yetimi trace back to the nipa na or the same no register na how come some of these things cannot be done? Because I'm thinking it's like a Ghana card. It was linked with our fingerprint and our Ghana card. You did everything. You register same. Okay, your passport. Okay, your birth set. Okay, be bank card is Ghana card. How come the other things are with me? They activate Ghana card for your protection. No, it cannot be done. Me do want me to say it is a Ghana card. What was it for really? Because certain things that has got to do with security for us as Ghanaians
and human protection.
Yes, Ghana card should be the thing that will be the ultimate thing for us. And you know, I hear say Honorable Sam George was saying there will be another same registration. What I say, which means say, yeah, waka. There will be another same registration. I'll say properly done, which means that there is something that is fundamentally wrong when it comes to that linkage of Ghana card to our same card.
Who say Ghana card na yes.
Say more than in common.
Ghana card na yes spend Ghana sika in the queue line no. Yeah, and only now you better to yes,
same card.
Yeah, SIM card in common. Let's stay on. Question me, Pacho member. Let's stay. Yes, let's stay on the sanity. Question me. Let's stay on getting the sanity on your digital space, your social media space. Let's stay there because there were other aspects of in common where we see about because now no. Honorable Sam George and so share these West African representatives and they say ebano aketuya yedema content creators our TikTok and say who say Ghana TikTok content creators yentuamuka tili we a creator yentuamuka that one of the things are Honorable Sam George and so easy and they say yebetuya a content creators in the country
monetization
yeah
monetization on TikTok
and I think that's I am very excited about, but that also raises another big conversation because me dear, if you ask me and this one I'm saying it with my head up, I think say the platform is a racist platform like pure racist. We have seen how TikTok has bent over Mr. Shu, he has bent over just to please the American Trump any Congress but still believe say marketing is so good for the platform until he's bending over just to please them. How he's even paying them. You have an entire continent that creators was obia enya one cedi unless their account is linked to the US and I say UK and I think it's Spain was saying and they Canada they don't pay them there. What you say until how come some people's content is worth money and ours is worth nothing? honestly, that has been my thing. And to some common now, Honorable Sam George Akoremuno, is it only for Ghana for? Because for Ghana for the other ones again, all you know who now or three. Or you know who and because I think it has to be an African conversation. African content creators must be paid because Africa together, your power more to influence that change than say me pek Ghana for your mommy. What you say? So how about the say ECOWAS or say whatever or any union that has got to do with African, because social media is a big part of our youth, If you look at the Ghana, mostly youth. One of the content that appeals to the youth more is TikTok, and it's the same for Nigeria. So Ghana, Nigeria, even if it's West African countries that are on TikTok now, paying you for are coming together and are petitioning TikTok, say, why are you taking our people for a ride? What you are saying? Because these people are creating. I'm telling you, some of the unique content you will get on TikTok are from Africans.
But you see, I also believe the same. Sa regulation, no, I will say effective current and monetization, naba. Because guess what? Some monetization no crampo enya ebema enya na chese na sa regulation na nye effective na chese sa sex content in is live sex in any prostitution no
sex sells and people want to do content that will get eyeballs for them to make more money. So I agree with you largely, but on the face of monetization, no, it has to be something that has a big impact on them. Else they should be able to give TikTok, the Singaporean man, an ultimatum, say if not you cannot break TikTok into our territory, because guess what, already now there isn't enough protection on there. So if you think we are not worth paying, then we are not worth having the app. Simple. So now it's between getting TikTok to Africa and paying us for the work we are putting into to make the platform big, or not bring your content here. TikTok is not in certain countries. In China, TikTok is not there. In China, they use an app called Red App. That is their TikTok, because everything is closely monitored. What you are saying, and if really they want to make that impact and get the man to actually sort of be change and look at Africa and give us money for the work we are putting in, then they really have to make it an African thing and make that impact. Because Ekoye Ghana pair, what does he have to lose not having Ghana on TikTok? What does he have to lose?
Well, yeah. And che bebre and I say Facebook for I open a system says who Ghana. Now you can monetize your Facebook account to make money. Meboa. Any tilimwa mu giant with social media network. How has the story been? Sikasa no monya. We need to know. Then based on this, then we can actually know what we are fighting for on TikTok. Because a 50 time my Facebook for the better just say they were Ghana, you can monetize your content on Facebook. Our Facebook man. Me yen shedenya any feasible success story bia will be catcher say bia. Minim say bia ya wo de we very we regular. Sikasa no wanya.
On TikTok and Facebook.
Facebook can say be monetization no. Money is kasain. We need to know. Then we will know what we are fighting for. And
they are just a tilly money you.
So be a
regular content.
So be a and yes, I call TikTok and Comedia. Then it means I know so bad to say Facebook day. Yeah.
No, I think Facebook people are making money off Facebook because I think it depends on interactions now when you will post engagements no near they didn't need to
we will need a live report on this matter. As I say to me, you'll be crack and say because anyone know why Brapping and Spetsy be sure said this, and these are the regular people one more quoting social media. We need to know. We need to know how much Tilly has made on Facebook.
No, my dear. You come on, it's a very important question.
But Tilly, is your Facebook account monetized?
It's not monetized. Well, so the question is, what will even make your account eligible for monetization? As Facebook. Abagana, you want to know. Now, the type of content you even have to put on before it will be eligible for monetization, another conversation. Aside that, now, how much are you even making from monetization? No, I know another uncommon will say, but you see, TikTok and common are different.
Okay.
because already now someone like me
me pacho me thought me ba to boss yeah the entire man me bisa sa no say already no TikTok ewo system wa you can still make money on TikTok, which is even in Ghana.
But that is through other means. I just say what the fabroche, what register what account to abroche, any son ye man and son will be to me enya sescan.
I was call live. So be call live. Na say or ye live wa. Omo a chede bia. Ya no na ma Ghana hankofo bebre ni age TikTok live. TikTok unya hu sa anajo 12 midnight from 10 p.m. Yaw. If you are na Ghana there from anajo 10 p.m. no. I'll copy my match 2 a.m. I think that every account there is live.
Sir?
Most of the accounts are live. Because flowers no sir and your maybe I said gold ni one ya de church or mono. Ya de chen conform call live no. Yes, who we are. You can convert all them into money. Minimum be also to me make it $500.
But yeah, but that money okay, TikTok. Well, me limited knowledge I mean what was uncommon with. And I want to get a TikTok user or yet very active nanka on church yemuye. The I mean say the few lives that I have gone on, man for a me gift no. I get the money, I see the money. Me be me way na me huskano. But I'm supposed to get the money through a PayPal account.
Yes.
Which PayPal no any Ghana. Pacho the American ultimacy. So I remember I have money on my TikTok account. Yes, me kaisa me friend Madame Fubi.
Only PayPal for air kasa to take us off because it is blocked because of the scammers now.
Now use to me PayPal. My friend Madame Fubi were Australia. So PayPal account. Nanka mean transfer sikano. Emma or no ni account nanka onye den. Onyi no fan send me mobile money.
Mimi will be.
Ayo. Na say bi ni Ghana. Enti ni padodo saying the one crofo na affiliations wa brochira wo mo betumi afra mo say ase me sika me nya wo me TikTok isu yima me. So people actually rely on other people to get their monies from TikTok and get direct sir. What ni American
fighting we no yeah opeso che say ni aye kan wa sem no is direct. Say Ghana.
Okay.
We are scanning our account to direct through Momo and I said for you to cash out. And I said through your bank account link.
Let me add a little.
This is a very broad topic.
Okay, so TikTok has two ways out a monetizing platform. What the content? It's now me try show me news content now 60 seconds now. Every night be they talk at least me 10,000 views.
Okay.
So ideally no. I was saying minya sika from views na baso no.
Say the YouTube tier no.
Say na YouTube tier no. What you say minya sika wo ho with the views, any comments, any shares na minya no.
Okay.
The second level of monetization live now wo kan.
Okay.
And no over live obi our for chawa de na wunya it translates into money. What you say now? What Honorable Sam George is fighting for? Ne say get your content go so send your US for no any UK for no. Yeah, na say na me try me show no. The views is supposed to translate into money because your content creators see we 1 million views, 100,000 views. Ni nyina nothing unless you go live. It is a me now. Me Jumeria and Numeration Trasho no. TikTok is expecting me to stay up at home so in your life and some will be a better flower at space and some be. So what happens to the video I'm because somebody in US go lives and get money. Also post their own and then get money.
Okay.
What you say? So we are keeping the platform active. Everyone gets money unless we go live. We all can't go live.
Okay. I remember one video from the US. Na Lady B posted. I think so. Chane grandmother.
Okay.
And I'm saying grandmother funny video and all the two TikTok and so. And it went viral. I think they had, if I'm not exaggerating, close to 1 million views on that particular video. And then they paid her the money. Sikano ban direct no koyi no the brand grandmother and say video na ne ko viral. Usika winya was a video. And that video made I think over $1,000 or so, if I'm not mistaken.
People want to divorce their husbands in the US, and the only way they can pay for their legal fees is by TikTok. Into Otimika, please, I want to leave my husband. I need money to pay my lawyer. So watch this video for more than 1 minute and share. But it has over 5 million views.
That is when
you sika auditia. But yes, how Ghana how wunya.
Okay.
Now aside say why you live now when you sika no krama fata wade no. Ontimi nye sika no because only PayPal account. Ghana is blocked PayPal.
Asemba munya botre ya muntu mo wase. Okay. The entire many abrea me yes ha me yes ha inquiry kakra from one say. Ye pese nyes kano. Now no mama much room yati asese. What we are actually fighting for no is the second phase of making money on TikTok.
Which is actually the first phase.
Which is actually supposed to have been the first. So we are content the two are as I say two account said they are YouTube at no. Now the second one now and also no so we call live wa you two account your mouse space your mouse comfort the gold and the love winning ano and so translating to money but then also bar ebegu phone so you need to go through a third party before on submit to me either account sika.
You need a PayPal account.
You need a special account to claim it. And I miss maybe say. So right now no yanka ano any for example Facebook dia no content developer no efambom ya dey say in the situation where some conversation call because yan to me and follow up and make a lot of effort because yeah they tell say conversation they tell say either way no ebekwa akopem to say their Facebook they akopem no say yan to me anyan chechremu yi a de nkomo ye di o TikTok ebekwa akopem to say their say ya sika gu no phone so ya o to me cash no. So actually what we need to fight for
he's doing that.
What we need to fight for is say one not only say you be fight say TikTok into aka but then TikTok must also give maybe the West African perspective continent an opportunity say we can actually use our own financial means systems na one to be able to cash our money
a Visa card
through Visa card because MasterCard and Visa card they all have offices across West Africa. I have Visa here Juma ultimate the Visa to ade online pepe anko for use Google account say Visa card I need to bibia no na dey. So if that means Honorable Sam George in Kasa now on go to the table with this conversation. Then now we can come back and look at other aspects of revenue. Because then say you didn't communicate with now there will be a hope for me to get my money. And yes, idea because I the Facebook there na to be one yeah now we try so we need to find out because maybe a bit more people are benefiting and now maybe I'm common once and be. But so far, we've not had any success story with the Facebook's issue nearby. And as some say, "Be on my account, you can't be people per near there to baby and can want some be." Obi akrenwa or kwakoye further research. I found out so last year, Kasa, because some komoya wooding a paper and komoya. I remember, so was it last 2 years ago? Vice President Baumia, I think so, make a comment about say. By the year 2020 or so, Ghana will be will have opportunity to use PayPal account to one. There was a communication like that. Or promise yes, Ghana will be able to get that facility working.
Even Honorable Sam George, is still working on getting Ghana removed from the paper or still or more paper for in communication on how to get us off the blacklist. Block now also no. Blocking.
But when we say, but the challenge is that in the situation now you go so you're fighting for some of this thing to happen. They are also on the other side involved with romance scam, any other things which is actually worsening our case.
But you see, it's not an excuse because
which is actually
scamming more than Americans.
Which is also
scammers and hackers than us, but they are benefiting. So let us all benefit and scam as well.
Yeah.
That's if it's the basics. Because almost scammers say, I'm telling you, there are more scammers in Ghana than the US.
True. Who point? But the fact is that platform no one Chrome never.
For Singapore.
For Singapore. And US for there.
And then they are enjoying it. Whether they are scammers or they are not scammers, they are enjoying the system. They're able to cash their money.
As a matter of fact, it's a third level of making money. Let me tell you.
Great dudes are we a third world country and they don't even trust your financial system to even give you access to be able to use PayPal in your country. And a lot
I think the conversation should be say PayPal no na available ha say you bet to me the just scan or TikTok. So there are other means, of getting the money in. There's the mobile money, there's your bank account. There are other means at TikTok bet to me tua car, bet to me ide, bet to me enya.
Yeah, boy. Have you posted a post on TikTok and then they've asked you, they've told you, say, you can boost the post, promote it?
Yeah.
So how are they expecting us to promote it from Africa when they cannot pay us?
You use your Visa card to promote.
Visa card, they are the No, but you have you because anytime I post my 60 seconds on TikTok, they tell me that I can promote it to get more. So I keep asking myself, PayPal, yeah, because of a. And you know, how are you expecting to get money from me when I can't get money from you? What you are saying?
Yeah.
Now there's a third phase of making money on TikTok. It's called TikTok Shop, which is also a big thing in the US and the UK. Enti sekawa oton enyome ya oton nkosia ni friend is saying
epacho meton bidie meton nkosia
ma me na ton bidie anya ade you know. You can put it there, get people to buy it directly from you, and they are making money. But anyhow,
but no crane say yai. Nkomo we won ya nkomo we yedi no very important. When their money important in say if really,
wrapping up na
me ya Ghana pa no ye pese the generation of content creation we yenso so ye Ghana for we city enka as very loud and contributors of content creation around the world. Na yenso participate be part there. One, we need to make sure say you were sound you be forcing the aspect of PayPal will be accessible in Ghana. Because me transia me share baby ye Ghana ye bobia dru in terms of your financial market baby ye dru wiase and Bitcoin and some for trade Bitcoin from Ghana. And with all these opportunities financial openings need available to us. Now have a payment Ghana hanum chese and other, not just even music industry. Amount for a woman to a normal software. Now that no. When say most of the softwares, if you want to buy it, you have to use PayPal account to even buy some of the softwares. And no normal conversation you could take a different dimension altogether.
All right. So Mamima Yaumbrem, Obama now what we
something. I think say TikTok and Komono. If we bank it on PayPal, it's screwing Komono kakra, Echian Komono, because it's not just Africans that we don't have access to monetization. I think apart from 7 countries in the world, every other person is not monetized on TikTok. So if it's about PayPal is in Canada, but Canadians are not being paid. And to what really are they using as the criteria to say this group of people, we will pay them as against these people? And
government to government conversation.
I don't think so. And you bet to me who say, okay, so how do we skew our conversation? Because I don't think it's just about PayPal. Canada, they have PayPal, but Canadians content creators are not being paid. They say it all the time. And so what is it in tier on? And now what in tier and TikTok for who are
these 7 countries, you know.
What do they have? Is it their numbers? Is it something about their government? Something. Let us know. Then now we can go in, because if we bank our hopes on PayPal, that's a paperless fix. It doesn't mean automatically we are going to get monetization. So what is the actual reason? Tell the rest of the world have been exempted from that monetization as against the US and the UK.
Facebook, there are no payment.
I don't know.
All right.
You guys should know.
Yes. Well, to me, in India, I think about fundamentals, because say we crona we depending on idea about suni usually no we leverage our casa nemusa and the first one. Also as a business no we check o call market now I check the volumes are omodeba and no informed decision or place even say we do sika beche anybody determine the better I improve it say ocean our business back obi antoshe wa ha menya sure say obe first kapudo akoshima nim say unya the same return back. Inti I think any the basis of the conversation after over African continent now we realize say even as AU ECOWAS untimi mfele omo hooding, especially when it comes to international matters. Yan kan okre adia European Union beka no African Union kan crofo ntie sa. Inti imagine say association say na muntimi move together to champion a certain cause. Back on not Singapore no empuso no, because now dream no We just na adwum no say Ghana for kra anya kra enkanesa, but Africa is a major contributor to the relevance of all the social media platforms.
So you're saying essentially, say, instead of this being a Ghana conversation, it should be a West African conversation.
Because check Europe being moved by the European Union. It's not multi-make kase Apple for or more charger no more no. SA Universal Emma obi over Europe Apple for betie. Si they say European Union ko TikTok no kase TikTok say TikTok betie. Dan say just one person. What you say? America say America a powerhouse. Won't mean take America out of the system. In fact, time America focus on be TikTok if you who start no mo come home popo. Papa. Because omunim value ne income eba. Emphasis say even YouTube it took a while for Ghanaians to see the full monetization. And even that kind of threshold because advertisers no more Western world no. Especially advertisers no more African. But omati as say even though you see can Andrew abrochi there no. Still I can no more your yearly report. So as can in who music and sote into your a level of importance. So the first thing is to discuss this basic stuff. PayPal or any other ways no. After conversation because monetization eba na afi bit me figure out start be nye CK free. Unfortunately no. In as much as Ghana a major contributor, because I think Chef Abi Krako France recently we share the CEO of TikTok. I mean, I verify. Now, important in the space of the conversation. When you sure say TikTok be flying if you Ghana call France. I'm a nation president.
So that means you're very much aware of the African market.
You're aware. But question is, why they push it? Because sometimes, kaswa kwine so, photos bebre, so. But say omofaso call a Cape Coast, call Winneba. But to say beka no, omonye.
Oh, honorable afenyo market me who say na see wako say the Winneba Kaswa road no. The dualization, the installments of Sa road no, it's your abayin sheno monye. It's no ebia honorable akoko no. Minority that akoko ebi on be so but
oh, that kind of but make
I think it's under construction.
Like your pack house, like even before we do toll potholes or but obi anya hwe till say you be advocacy.
Tilly not take aswa. No, Tilly not take aswa.
Tilly take aswa.
Otin Winneba.
Tilly Tibotiano. The constituency no. O Greater Accra. Me feel kaswa. Me part toll boat no. Inti me take aswa. More central region.
It's in the crack say we be free one na.
Into ono ne car no emfa ho.
Me MP Jerry Shaib. Weja gba we constituency.
Into cry the botiano in English am for crab before we do kaswa.
E fa ho be.
To say advocacy ebesi no empuso omo. And I think say Honorable Sam George has started. I think this is the beginning of the conversation. But it has to go beyond just talking. Say action backed. What am I saying? Because all these companies no omu use Ghanaian infrastructure. Yan can create internet. Yeah, omu use. Once omu use there say we have a say in what happens in our space. Inti ese edane more action based because I know dey yatia Facebook monetization ayeki. Omo so me monetize bi dey me ho hwe.
Me ni mo bi o ye Ghana ni a ni Facebook ya monetize.
But me pay so.
And account na ye Ghana account.
Yes.
But me pay so omo say la lie.
Account ni Ghana account dan no crotche me omo monetize ye kro nipa no ma me hunu say oh omo monetize you and then menya $5 say so well me dey monetize ye
na so when you active on Facebook
well also
me very active
we monetize.
I don't think I am.
But
I am not.
Are you eligible?
I would have known.
Go skaba.
Kaskaba. I'm monetized on YouTube.
What you say?
All right.
Anna, where major way of reducing unemployment e will come her. Because no crane me government mean raising enough companies on by employee bebre no. Into social media platforms ne monetization way, content creation, and the biggest way as the youth no, it me making income, yet me reducing unemployment rate na work romano. Imagine say you monetizing a government nya taxes from content creation. Imagine sky be as a country. What's the number of content creators you work romano?
Say the youth no be than content creator.
They don't hear iPhone.
Any internet, they say internet.
Yeah, tete so.
Yeah, tete so. Yeah, the spectrum maybe na account. Tell the ente so no, they don't know won't tell so. What they will.
Na say no, in another woman to me I say what so because it's a first 350 unya 10 gig and then unya 20 ah.
Tell so the boundary maybe na account.
Okay.
In this year internet wo. This year I saw me push for monetization no. Na internet need to make creative revenue my na ye mu be able to me the diato enyoma epese eto.
Mo beto Bugatti ni Rolls Royce. Okay.
Businesses do run a lot of ads online on TikTok. In fact, one of the ways TikTok and make sika from US from the companies, the big companies that run ads with or more influencer campaigns and things, you know. And if really they want to make money, and which is your friend is saying, Ghana have 1 person making money from TikTok. Businesses also run ads. Or run ad, I take a crave free money at the channels.
But yeah, maybe say, Pacho. Do we also have a formalized association to say be a content creators association? And can no more honorable Sam George they could have actually backed him up with their being like a pressure group.
I don't know if there's a social media. I know of new digital space media association, but for social media, I don't think so.
Because when we say, it's affecting homes and everybody. Enipa etie sam komo ye this is you have no idea because a lot of people are affected,
right?
And people have a lot of interest, but omo ni kama for obia ukaka wasam kwa we fa eti nkomo we no nkofo abie no ho a e wa denta ene yetie na de etie no say to pressure because me pese be conversation me to say onam sanjo ya ka straight up to say dia ba me ka say ebia enche Ghana be paper be beba 4 years you call 3-4 years ni so we need proactive measures, not just like a talking we need proactive measures you bet me who say
okay
now conversation what you starting this is where it's going to be at least between next year there should be a test case in that situation say finally TikTok I agree a bigger news across as a gateway. Ghana a gateway. They are breaking the biggest news. TikTok. Say finally, who are Ghana now? You're a content creator with a particular badge. Your content is allowed to maybe make money to be monetized with these variations of payment.
All right.
Now that near found tuja because we check internet usage. Now when you say all the platforms, TikTok crowd usage, need data usage. I think more higher than all the social media platforms. We check it TikTok. Open to 50 Ghana cedis. Open video 3. Ne 50 Ghana ni nasa.
Okay. I think we will be following the story, any developments, any updates, Biano, Yebeshena, Yede Abre Etiefo. I a piece 104.3 entertainment review now would see 58 minutes after 2. Yebesisia. Therefore, yebeda mo say sister mo fidie no egusu da ha. Yebetwa ye nkomo ne so a na say na watching. Yes, sorry by social media you so a news I just say me momu die. Eye me ya ye pa na asem we dey. Therefore, breaking news on some of the major portals a war a year UK abrochimemu efa a year ya bema Thomas Partey ho na Thomas Partey the former Arsenal player we midfielder na it's for me kind a year story in tremo na mi wi amachechu na yebekwa homane so ne ne lawyer edin komo na wo no so acheche ye mu yie pa on a year charges ye de aboye nua beme. Now, the former Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey has been charged with 5 counts of rape. The 32-year-old also has been charged with 1 count of sexual assault. Now, 2 of the counts of rape relate to one woman. 3 counts relate to a second woman. And the other count of sexual assault relates to a third woman. The incidents are alleged to have happened and taken place between 2021 and 2022. The Metropolitan Police said he is due to appear at the Westminster Magistrates Court on Tuesday, 5th August. The charges follow an investigation by detectives which commenced in February 2022. After the police first received a report of rape, the force said Detective Superintendent Andy Ferpi said our priority remains providing support to women who have come forward. Defense lawyer said Thomas Partey denies all allegations and charges against him. He has fully cooperated with the police and CPS throughout their 3-year investigation. He now welcomes the opportunity to finally clear his name. Given that there are now ongoing legal proceedings, my client is unable to comment on any issue. Therefore, the Etienne say, ya yunya bema a ebano eye Ghana Black Stars a odimu akotene pa eye Thomas Partey. Nti ya yenya anase news ababeto dwane say, wamu bone kwa edu bi say, wato emayiwa bi mona. Brofumu no say 2 counts of rape and your baba charge no nti ma womo ye involved in this case no mo ye ma miensa na charge ba no ye 2 counts of rape ekoma oba ba ko de edi ho 3 counts of rape and so your baba ko and our face so 1 count of sexual assault and so your baba ko na sansem sem enye se na no ye achi nes enye se nre ya na see you 2021 ni 2022 mo and o man for ko ball Metropolitan Police na mane say na brantia your friend Thomas Partey obo football ema Arsenal team no edi ayomo intino woma hwehwem na sise ya transfer case no akwakoma CPS for no Crown Prosecution Services for no womo ena sise womo de asem no ye de court na yakwakodi enti sise ayete enye se yese waye na emom charge ye di ama no afei na omo be court na womo akwakodi asem no na se oye innocent ya establish wo ho oye guilty so a na ya den ya establish wo no ho but emerson some no ye ka 2 counts of rape oba baako 3 counts of rape oba baako eno no eche saying is it that oba baako no o rape ni 2 times and I saying ye be kwa homa no so ne ene lawyer Kwame Oredu Donko atwetwe nkomo na wa cheche ye nsemu yie na yehu senya yebetumi esifa edi nkomo no afa lawyer Kwame Oredu mpachoti yen kai ma akwa bad entertainment review so
mini aba mete unka mejo so na mechia weti for so
okay eti for jo so lawyer me pacha o yenua be ma Thomas Partey case ya abai ni edi mu akotene pa ye pese ye hunu na ye sua ne se ye ka se rape no mpo a dadia
yo me da se in fact ansana me ba sumpo no nyina ye mfa Bible question kai yenua Partey because partner UK pay me go school UK na a bad sexual offenses I mean about.
Hello lawyer mpachote minka hello lawyer what minka oh yahuma no say yahuma no HSC ye be sign afre lawyer na oba homa ne so aye no atwetwe nkomo nti etiefo de etie ne say se ye nia be man ne lawyer aba be kasa ekire mu say ensem a ye de to ne so no wonyi ntumu wa deny allegations ni na omo be court na womo akodi asem no wo ho ena ye betumi ahwe ne ehunu say asem no eye no kre ana say enye no kre mame mo apamfo mbre mu briefly say ye guso aye puso ahoma yi na ya twen lawyer yi kwasi
de dikan asamo aye de ato
okay kwasi mpacho so mama me san kwa homa no so na ne lawyer twinkomo lawyer mpacho oti yen kai sama akwa bad entertainment review so
me tun kamini aba na me ka say UK my no minua sexual offense the idea almost fan of very high very high so my mrabin pa e friend grooming that should be na migidi semebo we feed so ma be chechu mu yi but yemra rape ne so rape the minua ba say ye ka thank you call straight application now we remember be 10 and ka be 9 na 8 e benya ho issues anything emranofa rape basically as consent issue tree no bebo me consent no ye can tree consent
say bia wajipini
me that say the whole issue about rape is about opinion. Na niema rape is dangerous. Ne say opinion no cannot be extended. Because opinion cannot be extended. We dey tie for mfanche me. Enra se me hu, ena oni me eda ya. Eno nkyere say ochina so me hu a, se ne ye enra na me wo ho kwan say me no wo ye. That is the first one. Intimpo ene me hia okrom na yakeka na enioma kwani na wedi mechi akofie. Na enyoma si between me and you. Me share watching na me for enran komona no emfa me da also because rape consent no cannot be extended. And an someone here dangerous me say consent no can be revoked at any time. Yes, it can be revoked at any time. Even mini aweni mu say even in the act. So ba no ka say onye bioma e ho na ye say uyi frim. Untimi ka say me rema wie nti say me wie me bibia. And no cra so rape. And the consent is so important ingredient of rape. Say it's so crucial. And obi bioye be me bia mfantu ni trimu say. Ansa na oni oba ebenya enhyiamudie no. Maninya nyoma e kire say wamfa na no ankampo a wapene say oni nenye. If it's a consent is so crucial. And no ye digina so say one rape na say one rape. It is so much important. Anything that make us say the straight application of the law there and kauyi mema tena and sure ne wenya ni tiedi di ma ye bia ba kope
ajize nka mema bebre na ahwiase
se unam kwam na sister ka se eye onye bioma unka se ma min kodu anza e ho na ese uja kwanti no na uma sister akọ e no cry rape and am in San Francisco biom se Ghana mpo aye we ye mra ama ho kwan se marital rape ho nti be man cry betia rape ne yere. Into rape is something very serious. I'm sure that with time, you know, you bring your own near the home come by name, Thomas Patedi and Abaninti and American. Most black boys away UK problems are in a sexual offense. If we say the standard, you know, a tie at the 2 coin. Me ya Ghana ni Matina Ghana, Matina Hopping. Send your Ghana man in the chair. Sa hope for no more fan chain. Send your meeking. Be dem pass Ghana ni babi wasi kwanso wie no aka kire se wasi kwanso wie nso mini abema yi gina babia gina junction ya min kokede bio ana min kokusi bio be hon kwara no e ho ma no wasi kwanso wie kra na bibi ba ni trim ana o kan bibi na wanti ase even in the act na otimi ka se kwan no debate here ya Ghana ni ba bi Ghana ni be man so bia afifa nioma jirejina nioma so no udi agra obaka se otoa so e dia kwa wiye enu na be black boys Jamaican boys Nigerian boys ni Ghanaian boys or UK no omo problem mostly no oba no bepini but as in the act no ana so oba no bepini enra ohia ne na o san pese o use enra de na and no standard ni very high because at any point in time no say when you oba no consent.
Enti na chese rape no nkofo bebre na feel sa agisa woni oba na pre ho gidigidi eno na ye hu ni rape no na bia senia wo ka se bia in the act se bia woni oba na ka na oba na agipeni edi wachi edi ewu awura dem na sebe ono an ka se yi na tare aro ne ho ama ho kwan no empo no wo sha ase na wudu baabi na o ka che o se jaya e wo se wutumi e withdraw
Here's what we do. Okay, me can bro from you say the rape, the consent cannot be extended, neither, and the consent is also revocable. It can be revoked at any time because I opinion, and it's a mean bioma at that particular moment. Now, me catch us a mean bioma no, the consent in a trap. Unto can say West Council we are now one no nyoma na baby sorry. And then na me church we say the personal experience we approach especially UK no nyenya e before na no
okay
because yes sister no my no moti krom ha say no aya yem fan say ye humo bro say bibia West Council we are at times no say on pekroma okodu na afa udu we are na ndie wa we you nyoma na call baby but sankora no ene sankrofo no yatete omo ho no wo kwan so kra no kai boni bia o ye ne dan no bi otimi ka sisi wa he ya when your pass mama.
Okay. Now, lawyer Mpacho, my established way and Sani moving on to the other aspect of the issue, no. Sanya wo kase or babe to me akaseja sana be man so sebio ma start journey no na mu wa kwantuo nim na be man kase me kra me nye bioma na so ba no so kase won ti ase no no so kase to aso ya be man so betumi a press rape charges me pa cho say
and emremuno you can penetration you can the least degree of penetration at least 4 inches so what is some the tin kakra some na erema no one penny rape because the concept of rape is about penetration. A man some penetrating mema. But just what you say. Ain't a ma ya bed in bema or baby charge of rape because yam penetrating a mema. Naturally yam penetrating mema. And rape no a mema na choma because it drives on the concept of penetration.
Okay, lawyer, yeah, that say any a year na sexual assault and so yeah, but sexual assault and so I'm Mr. Watching no sumukaka.
Anything a year or ban without the consent any penetration can be qualified as sexual assault.
Oh, in Tibia so wakoso ban no sebio wakoso ne to waso ne no formu ana bibi a one penny sexual assault.
Yes, it's a penetration and mema without her consent no qualifies to be sexual assault. The penetration bema without her consent no and a rape.
Okay. Na yemeshe a year Thomas Pate charges ya womodi aboni. Your kind story now a say 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault.
Yes.
Now, 5 counts of rape no. What kind of story now a will say 2 counts of rape related to 1 woman and 3 counts of rape related to another woman and sana 1 count of sexual assault related to 1 woman. Mr. 2 counts of rape and then 3 counts of rape. Is it that Obaba could you repeat it 2 times?
I just what we say. Niamidi can no. When you are from friend you cannot extend consent. Into Basha Ebi Obawe Enra Onini. Ochina wo hia no mpesa wo ne wo ya ensesa wo ne to asoye enti ebia obaba kuna okọ report ne say 2 counts of rape no ebia da one ne da o but twice be there wa one ne da without the consent because usually no ekoye ba ku mienu na eche say your ba wo abrabom because usually no say e one timer and ebia okọ club bi wabonsa na be ma bia koshi a washroom na wa prepare so na oni wada usually no so who say rape ni na ye once aya ye ma o mu ni mema na brabom but twaso baako etwaso mienu miensa e kire say e ma no wo ma brabom na emom sa particular bout of sex ni there it was without their consent enti enei oba baako no a o 2 counts of rape no obeso kire say twice pertaining the idea it was without the consent and then I make sure Jesus said say rape count no etwa baako a na kire say oba no nim de da and e bia otra mpo ne ye basa mienu ni de wan pene so na ne ye etwa so miensa de a enkoba say oba baako ade de bia baako hia ne na wa rape no baako mienu miensa e kire say oba no wa brabo mu de da na emom sa act no miensa ne de it was done without her consent nti pate de ne sa na ekoye because rape be anya baako na nye mienu na ye miensa ne multiple ones ne de senya bi akora bi oni papa penibɔ ne bi tifie na oye ne sa no tumi nka nkyɛ ne mame na ye adult dia aya na usually no me experience wa broche no e kyerɛ sɛ eye ma omwo mema na kwan mu deda.
Okay, not just say ye ma wo mu ni omwo that rapport no kra deda.
Yes, because untimi nkohia oba baako ene no rape no kyena no akɔ rape kohia no he and so rape no baako mienu no miensa dia na je say o wakwan mu deda na emomu sa enkita hodie baako mienu miensa ne dia it was done without her consent and no be consent no the man why spend dia nko sa miensa no it is that miensa na na ne da ne dia it was without her consent. Yeah, was what you say.
Matthias pa. Matthias
rape ne dia da ko bi no as a union time na ye betna studio na ye tu ye nua mema for especially omomo adwempo bi so metu kwan kwabrochi no because mini aba standard na ye dete ho Ghana ne de ye de sa standard no to aso kwabrochi a emu bebre ye ho bekire yen oh ye ho bekire yen mini aba so hu say Yeni ama eni muti yeah, dream pass obi a start journey no mama ni usually no mo bufu kra o mutima mama ye wie but baby for there well go free to see bank and pon wadu amasama kra na ka kitu bi wadu nkran otimi ka 64.
I see. Inti anu na ye chi amanfo na nye se bi a wakɔkye no na wakyekere na no na sebio one na akɔ da ana wakɔ ye bibi like the typical raper bibiri mu hanum say ye fa no rape because me kaise some time ago lawyer akola bi sa be report case bi ma me de ne call police station ye call ye omo busa ne say na wunim say wo mpena de na ma ne hyase
unim zompina de na ma ne ye
hyase ane na wo call ni de mo koye den wo ho onipa na start we wusu wonya
they call amano ne dia Ghana boys ye bedem ne dos
see
okay
lawyer sana o ka dia yeti ase
okay time na ma be church rape no ye more details kaka because a deep black boys nya Wabuchi. I am a personal witness to this thing.
So that means to say, yeah, Thomas Partey County, me patrol, send ya uko school UK, I wouldn't mumre, you know. Nyame fasa madie, but say in case say you be dear semne na say you're charging a guilty. How many years na is it liable to fine or?
I think first degree felony. And he would bet me between 10 to 25.
Wow.
Between 10 to 25 years.
Okay.
A felony. And trust me, Sir Crown Prosecution Services, no. I'm a lawyer. Now, some of the charges say about charge, no. Almost me the best 10 years investigations. We parted the almost 3 years.
Almost shall say 2020.
And then I'm Mr. Kakano say, almost spending 3 years for investigations. But
yes, because now one of the concerns among folks who raises social media say, "Bet to me, a banner say a frame no much than no more person move framing because of certain reasons, and also so possible, sir."
You see, Crown Prosecution Services now UK hono. Me nim ni obi betimi amomo, an influencer obi betimi anya wo so. Say papai ne ho mbom enti chinchina achi yemfa ne mehiem aya na ho enna kakra but bibia to me see but me the kakra me can say with me personal experience no Crown prosecution omo mfa charges mbo kwa enti say buapaye bi ne ma no epese omo de to ye nua be ma ne so ana se nkrofobi na hye adwuma to ne so dia ene yesre nyame so ne omuni because charges na e dia to ne so no enye charger ye di agro enti so bi pese or this say ni abema ne dia ene yesre nyame se ono ani ndi if you say answer no be free mafi no na free no.
Yes, because a lot of people are using the case of Benjamin Mendy. One also so no will be accusing of rape or no court.
Mendy die no nyame bwa no eno mo konya videos akra no small girls na ye say me kono ni ma ye say na ma record ni ma kase wa rape means na ohun say ye premeditated ade enti anu nyame na ebua no ma ta ade ne beto edi say of me that thing when it chum say oko stage rape by any party there na fe na ebobo by nim the circumstances enti mean to mean ka ho bebre but the mechanism say one person obi na edi sa ato ne so de oyi nipa boni if the baby odi enya no kwa akogina no e ho ye very dangerous.
Okay. Lawyer Kwame Redu ye better sinin chemu a wodi amaye wasa asemi so na emrepe mu no so no ye besa ba waso ya na simple ye benya wa ha na ya twetwe sa nkomo yie pa because em sense ma wo ka no mema bi wo ha mi hwe comment section na me hwe mema bi a me hwe mo ase wo mo ntia se sa but sana mrane che ye da se
even Ghana hapo your marital rape why mema be timi rape ni ye nti da ko meba be chichi mama
me pacho yo lawyer ye da se bebre. Lawyer Kwame Redu Donko and I get any chin koma watch a chain a year yenyabema Thomas Partey ne charges are one more day aboni watch a chain muye. Dedi kind one woman 2 counts of rape, and there's a second woman also 3 counts of rape, and waba we chat to or no so need 1 count of sexual assault. Send your lawyer actually rape no send your patient rape and no one say wa kwachichiro bi bare na se bio oni na kwakoye bibi. Yesi mpo onipa no waje penie na sebe musumu kwatema na makwa kodu tobu tukura na okache o say minyanko biom si foma e wo se usi etino ya cheche mu yemra ya pamfo ho kwasi una na wo floor
yeah emema mobu se wo ba wiase na se fro so ye bema wasa mobo ache se agi nyankopon pe enu betuma di bema asamama no hwe oyawo ne atete a bema namu hwe rohopa bema namu hwe asama lawyer e kire mu awia we radio so mema ya sama mobo ya minyesu amesu ama bema minyesu amesu ama bema ya lawyers ha kire mu kire se penetration can only be done by a man. Minema bebre susu wo krom ha. Eduana jua no ni kunkura fi adwuma ba o so abre no. Be ma no gi ne ho kra nje wakobbo construction e ma ne ho tutu no o so mpene. Obai be for so aka be ma ato ho no no ankasa hura tra ne so. Be ma no ada ho. Obi kura ho na oyi nani ato nchen na be ma ete ne so. And so still lawyer say no enye rape.
Nye lawyer na eka sa na emra ni kire.
Sa na yese emra no etie. Na che say na mum emra ne say ono oba ne de so oba no epren so kra say begin yen start ema ya ojiji o start ya kodu ba bi finfin no na oba hwe ba manima o senso a why sabi useless nanima ye jobi no sense no aka chen say jai stop obede no stop that moment no obede the agony you been bema bia what studio ha awoti mo radio so be me ya dwene say enche che say ma mu chichi na go prison because sa na mrante said the muchile mudia na che say mema wo kroma de ese say by next year de bebre na wo prison I che say I rewo sempa ena emma mema na mu wo wiase e bae odoma nkoma japade odedum yen bebe de akwakoduru no na ya obi a watu kwan akọ amaran watena UK watena America bia no o de ya study omudimi na ne omo attitude towards a woman is different. Especially obi a watena London. Chese sometimes ya me hu se boys ni bi omo ye no ma bi okroma ya no mo ho krai mesre. Say kroma ni obi tuni ne girlfriend one ne kasa no wabona so mpo. One ne yire kasa no wabona so mpo. No tumi be ma bi tu kroma tumi bo bad no de tia hwedan. Hey! Obekuma akọ bo ba sa o London. Da bi o na ona na hwan. Da bi o eno bi a wo ye sa no na wa pepe ne paper na wa tro dear aban ye frame kwaku donko dia me pese me yini me patro me we ska kakra wo ha me de me ko prisoner munyi ska we fama meba because right from there na no then I wo yes I the throne sa bo ba na no that day na straight the next day okwa dem street enti asama atu ye nua party no ebinu di ago so obekwa ko chechirem because enemy person once ena we so no act na sie no enye bibi kwa se bia ye the camera kra omo record ye cameras e bia omo evidence ana e bia party were evidence kwa se bia video evidence a obetum da kire lawyer no so yes o ma me no consent
say any case na fi na ebobo banti you evidence
now there be now if is a party between no ba ko dem record video on record ni bedroom horn man baby o ko share pre-con ne kwa yes ano menya so be record nto ni video evidence obano the word of the woman against party's word ana menim said ya yebeye no ese say yebekọ hospital na yekọ check doctors ekọ measure obano clitoris no ni ehu se bia o whether is it wrong? It's an English language. English language. Just because there should be a way to measure when you say whether party or repun and I say or penetrate and that's one penetrate. We need to know. These are not there be one evidence about that in the Panako court. Anti Ghana or the court no. Yeah, in 2% chance we could not court one mark or catch the court and say a party for so nene die one penny a party nene die into young party in court to a few 30 years. Is that what the court is going to say? Sasana court you didn't court didn't go to prison there and then sank nipa land in Nagum. You must prove your case beyond reasonable doubt. Say as some America say my man me consent and on me down say see you must be able to give an evidence and you must produce an evidence. The Indians party bet to a very good lawyer because when you're a good lawyer the system now UK system need the way tiano. And in the popularity, being a popular person in the level no woman, they can mess the young man's life forever. So as some the seriousness of the matter no and me gusa michiro no. So party any very good lawyer. Pa or no kasa or lady no ni WhatsApp chat or no nkitawudi or mudi kwan your files or ba na kwan mo no ko share ye the amount didn't ko fie evidences of things or no engagement or no have one. Are dangerous for our brother. What I say, dangerous. Now, me kainu, you see, who to a jamofono, no who to a momonesofo. Ya, two animals for say. So if we Jamestown, ha now brew kruma, if we bremesukuma, now bra, no yanko poya, I don't know, could do a mononia. Ya, kai baby, are free. Ya, kai baby, are free. Ya ka baby o free enema white girls no dey here black almost say the lawyer no catch them as someone no lawyer can enema white girls no dey here black guys no UK no popular person no scheme o financial scheme te say dia yewa na mo amuni sa no money na bi no special scheme a man right no so they have come up with it to be able to get money from the rich guys. A big scam pa across London. Oduba court. One year careful, whoosky no beju whoosky na. Or the assembly court also. And the area who some woman said, because the winning pano, I be pempuno. Chese, a difficult so bet to me kwaji one way I do where free mo. Because Nipano, a been a lawyer nekano. Chese, winning Nipana, fancy many ya bonnet. Anna, menana ya bo for 1 month. And ya court to say for a period of 1 month na men try no Tuesday and Thursday sex na you have we no wa mama ne consent 31 days na you trying now for ABI we have had sex for like 30 times out of the 30 no ya see 2 of the 30 actions na you have we no interactions na you have we no wa mama wa for consent amame enti ya for me go to prison. Can you imagine asem way and and these are things that is happening. And it's a we are baba, we are brand here. Na yankupo here wadu na udu kupie wo land memu hwa. O ko kromo a esese o kope rubber na ye didua buro no black one no felt sa rubber na ye fe ne felt no. Wunya sa rubber felt ni bi o ko kromo a ese wo de felt no efefa obema hu na wo de sande solitape esan so chichiri kan ho biem na nsa na wa shell boxer short e de jeans e de aka ho because when you careful now konya intermittent penetration bia obenya problem.
O come from bad and intermittent. What is intermittent penetration?
Just kwa neighbor edum na so.
And intermittent.
Edum na so interaction bia na se so mu a. Enti no hia onyankopon adom. And we hear one kasa so self discipline. Na nia ato a lot of black guys.
Kwesi jina hwa.
Me jina.
Asema working. What can Baba become self discipline? Does it really matter?
It matters.
Train Nyamboche. Does it really matter if it's a white woman or a black woman.
Yeah.
Jenny because once a walker son. Osiebia Kwame. Woman, if you but say a boy better me truck baby na nyankopon aboa na wakwa kopia brochi memu a wo ye dwuma titiru bi awiase ni na ani wo so se oba a wo ye broni ena me kondo se me pa e wo se metumi pesa oba no saa so na bibini na me pesa me pa e wo se metumi pesa oba no. When the issue of rape comes inside, it is not a matter of race. It is a matter of self-discipline. And our boss, no. Until whether Thomas Partey decides to date white women or not, it doesn't really say anything about issue na ekoso. Because if a woman is black and she feels she's being raped or something, as allegedly said Yawomokana, she has every right to also report. It doesn't have to be because when you nkwana kasade yo me hunu social media bebre sa man for ye to Thomas Partey for say on say yo money neti but I think it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah.
That's if you did same you movie na he's
yeah. Well, opinion another side of the conversation, and that's very, very beautiful. I liked your intelligence level is very high. Yeah, no creo honest. We are not trying to actually even play on that. We are not trying to play on that tangent between that sex is white or black. But me discipline conversation and me kano is a fact to say. Me question is amete. Me nim say machi ni bi. Ena manim su ni bi me ana mete hai. Enti me tu kwan na sa me ko bi UK say ya kwa. Edan ya lord ya de be ma me say me nem no. Me koda me ko Stratford. Me broni kura atwemu a matwe me ho. Me hu se broni bi kura ba me ko bi se broni kura sam say good morning, how are you? Mimbisa sam yankasa ya kromfo bibifo ne bi kura ha hu na uko che no kwa bisa ne se o on chero ba bia train direction kura wo a wo ko Eglinton no a problem nti o map no waso internet o hia o internet because you never know what can happen. Now the tennis won say the entire my use sankrofo e kasa ne say ade no de ade asi no eno na yede fa munyansa yede fa mafutuo eye bibia eye trend a happen to a lot of rich guys who are involved with that. What I say eye bi trend bi a cost within certain quarters of people. When we rain here ne obi akoso we rape no da ya wani fiye when we so ba bi di here ne bi akokọ say we rape no da
ebisida just say yente
ebia
ebisida
but ne kra ne say there could be a possibility assembly ebesi no possibility be ewo baby why maybe people are having that kind of level of conversation. Eti me baby ameti ewo peace FM 104.3 head there a foot pe metumi dey aka kire ye nuanom mema na e London because lawyer nankasa e ka kire o say onu okọ school or London na a lot of the black guys no are victims of this circumstance here wo kan wasemi. A lot of black guys na go school e London bibia no o si no sanso yusu word bi say ye de yen characteristic trait no ye de free ha na ye de ko because Ghana ha NY menuai NY de oba kwhye dem a onim oba no onya de na chi akodam no de oba nan kasa nim say ebekoso. What I say it's about to go down. Video bi ko security girl be say Abigail or say boy ni ka tell say abi enye wo na abekume. What I say they me won na nam de ahyem no. What I say ono akase nim say yan system na ye create no oba di be ma bi achi ekọ hye bedroom na ye dundum kane ankwa de a enye be ma no kwa na be ka tro oba no say ro wata de oba na kasa be start adwudwa no ho egu ho. What I say but so kutu kwan na kodu amanone a ahonum so culture any lifestyle no e different and never bebre they see it differently and they see it until so we bema na say one ye careful ni self discipline you will fall victim to what our brother is going through. Menye sure say on a rainy day Partey Thomas with all the struggles being a hustler and in the football career I see na I don't know Minya shows a party on a rainy day. We actually have a mindset say or confirm rabbit did not question them. No force did not repuno. A lot of things can happen. And Obane Bema question them one. And then Messisino a dosun. Enter make catch say it is the woman's word against what Thomas Party is going to narrate in the court.
Okay.
It is a good lawyer.
Obviously, on cover PD the lawyers now. I'm defend. Yeah, for microphone.
Well, I think the situation here very unfortunate. India maybe in fire skeptical. I think in the past few years, no. In your cases of rape accusations, only prove say wrong. I think one major case is here between Benjamin Mendy now Manchester City. You're accusing of multiple rape cases and I think last year and within the last 2 years. What me BT case now prove is that when rape you beyond. I bet I'm very skeptical. I think for the past 3 years, investigations are also. So I even national matches na ye kwa week utimu se patenya born ne pe na nkrofo because of case we na I believe say we a perfect opportunity wait me dey proving no so onye guilty because the best way to clear yourself wait me defend on who our court your record say court now we win I think very important. I think say true lawyers no pleading no innocence. And I think there's a universal rule that says until you are innocent to proving guilty. In as at this time, as Ghana for ye GD say or ye innocent, ye den payable any support better energy. But in case a court na olususu there, say a ye futuma yen, especially Ghana for because I think your orientation. Sometimes no, when it comes to this situation, no, very bad because you live with certain perceptions over the years about than norm. Am I anti? So a banny say, in fact, more have intercourse now. Banny say jai cry. Bones argument near, sir, but obi man so dear. It's an orientation. It said Baconica said Darby. Say enforceable law name the nane trim and take that into account. I think since I global we are CBN there as men no it me orienting when we are going to certain situationships conversation. In fact democrat me any video evidence in terms of not the act but in terms of conversation say what and even in terms of chat and text
and I say agreement
what you say because accusation your cause what them there usually are very hard to prove and now obaka so we repina do kosoba from yebeji oba na di chen wo bema no because according to the natural law no bema no physically no won ahoden chen oba no inti very possible inti ade esi what them there na camera bi eni ho abenya evidence pa there so hu say ye be convict usually no conversations and chats eba and a prove wrong. They ma party there no so serious near. Say most of the times no rape cases never be more than civil more of ye pesky free ho. But we take criminal side where tisalo and the kind no in case you your conviction now 20 to 25 years. I got that crying 15. It say unya additional 10 25. More than Babakana Yabon Kokra. Into a very sensitive matter. I'm hoping say only a legal team no. Only a legal team no. Wefa legal team or mobe me defending no. They said the case here, you can't obi so you guilty, I be democracy here or you innocent no. So I think to court never boo for I believe say we need to assume say or you innocent. And they say man the support that he needs as a nation.
Speaking of support, and one of the things I for a raise kakra and it say be na in him say GFA for be to medium who gym say lawyer be crave to me asuma no akwa legal team who just to show support as Ghanaians. You think that is viable? Possible, sir?
Possible, but I say rape a very sensitive conversation. Especially say we need the full story now because say who show support na about na you fancy convicting na ebe dey say now who support bad behavior ebe no krentina Arsenal as a football team ne kra no me very skeptical also time me to me no the most suspect near time no me no credit ebe akope me time near suspect mommy because immediately the contract end na a charge no but for the past 3 years in as much as na case no wo no now endure charging case. I think even for most of us, no, you believe it say 3 years about at least case they say I don't know foolish case because enko baby. But contract day and I pine I feel it will be in fact we cried the name no. First one I cried the 30-year-old black footballer. But we dey see I charge you Thomas Partey. Made the 2 million suspect. But I think say perfect avenue to defend himself and kind of remove that rape tag. If you know, I think the time is now.
Okay, Tilly.
I've seen a lot of people's reactions, and I like lawyer and common out in the for the 2 counts. No, it has to be somebody or life money dada, and only they have a conversation or can say even our remu crampo will rape. So it doesn't necessarily have to be girl be a wishiano nkwana etimema asem weto. So how many times will you record your wife saying say I agree that you sleep with me every night before you can sleep with your wife every night? And ahomache sorry no now at your phone what got your contract what got chat GPT or say draft a quick contract for me and my wife,
sign before you enter
now and no porno. There is another problem. Muno where muno or kase jaya also with me too. What you say and no, are you recording the entire act for the judge to see and now for the jury to see say or can't stop nana utu free mu and after saying what you say to this conversation utu free sebe in penny form asuma sorry sebe utu free mu it's some come away a very very difficult conversation and
the friction
kwasi wo sen komo tilika
you need a very strong legal team to be able because sebe video be any wha Obana Sama walker any send your lawyers never to tone someone a better say Sebi a plantain motive view a woman and I say I was consensual no play no as raper. But until that, it will be very difficult. Mesuma Koyoba, I will not want to act like somebody is out to get him. There are so many players out there, African players. How many of them are going through the same ordeal? Mr. Kwesi Abwaje can say almost some year won't see you. What you say?
Also,
ye be. Ain't I am waiting. Say Beko court. I'm gonna prove say. I said like that on no. And you know, but until that, I'm not going to act like he is above doing anything like that. Nobody is above doing anything like that. Until I will leave the legal system to determine. Say yeah. Now one yeah. But until then, as a nation, but as a woman, I'm waiting because he should get a punishment and nobody is above it, no matter who you are in the world.
Counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Debia mekase. Emema abrabo ayebo no. Eyehu kakra. Hag could easily be construed by whoever is receiving it as assault. Rape definition and a rape act and a rape statements and issues are here can and pin ya cobre is say yenim the CIA but adeba kwa yambe uka bibi say what are we doing to support younger say your brother nukule woman say lawyer nani nidi nkomo no. He spoke as a legal person and as a Ghanaian, Mr. Boame.
As a legal person.
Then I see you share your komobi. The time I can say, yeah. So what say Ghana for say no musuba intia. Omo di musu ne buy na e wo kurumu hande kwa manonea. Yeah, it's not a legal statement. It's a statement of confirming an act from your fellow Ghanaian. Ubisa, I'm saying this because of question Ubisa, I know. Very sensitive. What do we do to support? These conversations we are having about Thomas Partey, we should be careful. Go online. The people are writing things. Some omun dia chro nyina say anamote obi kra cho say Ghana map o mple ora ko fa ba kire ho e you know kasa we snobbish we say we just here. So if the home support no ya ko eti say obetima ye oye ya social media sisi an maybe akodu no it plays a higher role on nyame bi ankrofo kan itimi de mesre say legal team and legal representative bi ayepe legal information from what must here. Now we'll go to articles they are explaining Nyamamaya. I'll please say we will always line within we amra, we imagine. In this whole team in common as here. We amra, we imagine, we amra, we imagine. Because me drink say Ghana boys say go UK there. Omodi the attitude, omodi fear the con. What is the attitude about Ghanaian boys? Rape in Ghana, rape in the state, rape everywhere is defined as rape. The revocation of consent before or during a rape. And actually the measurement of the centimeters in poor yeka where it is considered as is the same. In terms of your penetration, there's a measurement that when it goes is considered such. Method penetration, Beman male organ, Beman, your natural way of knowing, say, Bema be a Bema sin and anything say that here. What does here? And you know, say, who was saying honey Africa, who was saying honey Ethiopia. The woman say, your major fit are no higher 4 centimeters, a 4 centimeters in the 2 centimeters in the 2 kita 1 centimeter and put na hand the woman, the woman near. But our conversation must be very, very, very careful. I'm pleading with Ghanaians because we easily take issues and escalate it. Kromo hayati at your maimu, and shoot says near and I send a bloggers no eddy cameras around a picky. Small girl be picky, the near din comabo be sebiato mona or say. Mona 20 ne denti wa wale 10 years ogusu di mona 24 no eswe ye mpemagro esan onno kan se onno ngasa ne denti ho no ko wale no ka che ni kunu se enu nti no ko no ho no opa unja no oduma se ene ye kan am se well I need it because sa mona to no to ni team se ene de na me ma references of the AC po ma mona to fo bi get ni twa ho no kakra 0.8 seconds no post you me se so wo krum ha ena amake abebe ti UK. And on fast I keep one again I send no and on 2 way and at the then gender minister one be for full video or show letter bread the radio station say may see people enjoy repenting yen me feel radio so you can remember those statements blatant lie you trouble Peace FM nyankopon be shira Father Dixon and then I say me koya ade mpo no frame me a messa me chaba because within those times where those people who think that they are better and sensible didn't go, even including the station assembly see a full video no. Ye be so the anti microphone team as say ya baby a metne bia me record me ho. Obi anti mas yo enye trending na me po. Sansem dia Jimmy ne say o come YouTuber na I recorded live from the studio. And to be okay me say go and watch. Obi am say go and watch what I said. And to be go show send the answer said anti na can go ban say me record me ho anka. Na ka me wie ya no. Your friend penny for mom one and say, "Umani better radio so I be close to station." That is how far they went. That is how the gender minister went. To the extent say that the deputy Krabetna way so any bright appear ever a United Television so that they made me by a friend radio so they spoke as if I have really come to condone to rape. And to make us say that statement, yeah, that word rape or baby being I don't know yet fit. Because the revocation of consent, a thin line, and I told you, some will act as if they revoke. When you stop, then they will laugh. I was just joking. Don't take a joke. There are people people who have come to make conversation say, wait, they amoka, and the social count na dia man na, and ye immediate report o. Na kese obaba kuna ye kase oma 2 rape incidents no. Odi ne wa ma brantie na ma wawi mu saa ma odi mienu akose mienu die manje antum. Abrant papa bi asem odi abetena Ghana ha. After 17 years of struggle in the United States of America, ne ba bo ho we 17. Why any green card sa bosom menumu a ye de ye friend de amano. A wanyi mo baby oba ne nyinsen wo krom ho no. Enyumre omuko night club. Ena sa embawe yi ba ko ye de man no se on kire no how to play long tennis. So me call Saturday. Ento mo fi club no. Ena mo nyi say na awo America UK US awo tie. Ena owo me ne car. Ena again no so wa so wo car na wa so heater no. Bra betena me ho car no. Wo dia ne wo me a na ye ntunko. Ya okotena ne chen no. Se na o mai say impratwe wo mu ntem nti. Ya suso emu. No say abawa na hya ase so ye den. Osuso no mu afina no. But no suso no mu na say aden aseti. Wanye so within the bedo. No de nsa so nufu mu. E no tie mu. Yesi America for ade abuchi so mu nufu. Ye fo mu nufu ndi agro. Keto ya kesi o. Omo de ne omo chi wade no. E no tie mu. O tie mu no si ojae. Akwan so wadwuma mu. Best 4 weeks time. Nyesi ya hwehwe no home office. E de letter bahazi ya hwehwe no. Okoya sena de abaya ne ye wo ka ni mu no. Wa record common police for say no ye no. Akwe hu bia the word against on the word okolemu on say man 90 days and of comporting hu ye osua training or certificate miensa he can be reincorporated into society that ye ni fee ho ye ba na immigration form mienu gina prison gate na no and you say pe niama e course no ye ntumi ni in America from hot entrance on in the end Ghana streets 17 years of stay ne ba no hostel in Nancy America bi oba tiem say wa so menu fumu a record so bisa hu na se na recorder ne da ho ya oba be me bia otie me oni oba bi call dem be mu na oba so ne koye bibia empempi no e ba se yi ho a emba ne oba bia yi ne ho first da o mo amakọ ehia na bia I stand to be corrected. Me can trasa. Usually no, when you dey some fire ho. Ni aworo ho first. You watch it. Ya woro ho wie a. Asina later. Now what 20 so very ferro. Now later no, what attempt so woro no no atra woro no ho. The victimization because we carry a blood rushing spongy tissue no. That is where our problem is. Our problem is, yes, you justify it, but our problem is, we carry an organ that is spongy, that needs a reaction of blood so that it can be hardened for an activity.
Exactly.
It usually in the year when you have some prepping, whatever it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, who read them, you don't know whether she has set up anything. You don't know what it is. You can be smart, you can be fast, but the greatest person on earth was brought down by this act. This will not deter us. But me can say abrantie yadia ekosui. Will we please beg the way we are talking? These are blacks are. These are Ghanaians are raised. This is where we come from. And what we do here that they guess. And
but Councillor,
question is very important question. Question important question say, is it about white or is it about black? Very intelligent question. Now make us say, yes, your conversation muno. Your conversation muno. Yeah, my conversation I say, say near titi ya waha. Yentiti yensa. We have not been raised to rape any woman or to force any woman to have an affair with.
Yes.
We are not from that country.
Yes.
Yentiti yensa wa Ghana. Yentiti yenfo buoma ma. Yedi uoma ma. Line ye ma. Omuji tuma. Ni ya yedi be.
Councillor, there will can no criminal we are draining. But me the way shame now would the area with submission. Me when say a chrome hano, even in some offices, or my hanum say some offices, anyway, even as a makola gem, Councillor, na me sani awoka ye rezi yesa but ebia na said ya ye mra na e wa ha na ye hwe sa ne man yen I don't know yen shemu kete no enti amount of taken for granted counselor what to me call office bi working colleagues in mema ho otumi no kasa no aboto ebia no me pacho me bo na ebia wa so no fom odwin say ya grove say we enye bibia we've had cases where amount for police station echo report say asimesi na obentin wato me mona menini kofi police busan say ukọ ne dem koye den. And sometimes some of the cases they rubbish it. Some of them too, yebeka cho say, munfa we ye fiasem, munko tenase, na munka wo fie, na munye we. Enti akoye se emra na yedi hwe sa ne man e wo yenye kro mu ha no. Ase yen hyedan hye mu kete pa ma che say obi tumi koso obi to baby just like that no nipa ne report ya yen fa nye case in case of sexual assault e ma yen jeli obi. Enti ase sa deterrent issue ebema amount for a deter from such behaviors and share then you unjin this nunti na amount for nika say Ghana for your orientation na enye nti sa suban no eya na de akọ krofo froso ana o mai froso
ya enye no kre
pacho kasa go microphone ni mami
no kre je say no ma so minti mo
me so minti ben microphone ni kakra
manu dem
good
enya no kra make kan kire say o report case I follow people who have even got in cases so yeah encrophobia to the throat to encropho so se bi adwuma kakra me ye nti obi nya hu se okoka saa o ho be kire nti no ebebre aya kire encrophobia me wakola ketu bia ni case no ho ye follow up anya ye 7 years of them oba afie ne maame e ba glefe ebe sa etia boy ne maame se so wakatin so be kire ne ba ne nyansa small girl ne kan kure se boy na anya ne hwe sabio kromo ha ne yete oman mu ne yete na sofo ba ku bi akoda mu 10 years sembe kaya ne baba ka se odi ne nsa hihye ne ho odi handkerchief se mo kai okoda mu 10 years ekirem ne yi ne pie enti media yamfuaso bintu obi munaso munato bia ebesi bia no reporto office harassment bia koneko report but ya yen kan so se embeme bi nso wo ho a onu hia wo ba sisi a na odo nsa tu nu kom na umia na onka hwe ye hia bebere wo ya dwuma mu utumi hia obi no ode nsa waso nufu no atwe ye mema ye o ode enufu anu na edi agro ye nka hwe utumi hia obi no article ye nka hwe but uni nature ye nka hwe no our level of hospitality ni sana ye tie ne ya eka ye bobre ene ye ntete ho wotuma se enti ebi ade ani bi hwa ade bi a efi amano ne omode no omunye building nuclear family keke wo me yire ne memba ye be extended ye ko wuram sesi a daachi bi ekwohwa ya ye bo oti he ye wuram a obusuan bi kwa eware mbusuan bi ti abena na ebusuan so hwese na ye abra bonete a enti ye eno justify the act say obi entu obi muna pa me kase ye nkomo mu wo kromu ha esande ye nwa be me ya kohie ya ye apɛ ade bi ahye ne kon no mumma ye nhwe ye kasem ne yanko kase ebibifo no yen ba bia ye fi no saa ene etie onu se yen fa ye nwa no Nigeria fo nye example se ye kan bibia ye kan we say they are very very radical, they are very very forceful, they are very very smart. Ghana for your door Nigeria ni anka say so regularly do we try to paint a certain picture for individuals be with a certain category, certain behaviors. You are right. Office negativity. Okoso kope juma obitumi in quote body shaming. Obitumi contours. Ekanyama. Oh, you don't feel happy about it. We should learn say it is not the right thing to do. But I'm saying so for Thomas Partey issue abe 2 counts of rape from one person. Yeah, 2 people.
1 person.
And the 1 person was somebody be in a regular sexual partner. Ghana for me. Ghana Brand say there's something called spousal rape. Not just oyira ne dano. Obetumi one day asora koka se wato ne mu na. Evidence ne ye den because mremu ha no. Uhwe ye kuro mu ha na. One of the evidence e kire se obi akola bia nkanka obi a osi o man consent no. Ye ko peki the HVS sample sampa obi awura ne ho ya hwe se ni se. But oni oba da dem. Me ya awura dem. Ye nyina etu kwa ko baabi ye da baabi na menim se de ye nyina first 2 no or revoking the consent. Dangerous. But you're twice for the next 2 days. Or play or feel hono.
And I will report it first soon.
Dream ye. Baby, I would see me dream you. Now she said, didn't come, young Pema Group, you task you didn't come. Yana corner saying, now Yanka said, well, and then the main kind of crunch said, Nanka shall say, Namen pet. Ubabunko to ya, ya with them, Miss Row, you fancy her ya. Dear me, man, ye. For no see me to Sunakase. Why Jimmy Pa? Na, on fan child because that revocation could have happened shamefully at the blind side of your eye.
Okay.
We pray for this young man.
Councillor Minchawano, Maminko ahumane so na lawyer Kwame Oredu asaba ahumane so or say ne sembi o kan yes watch ya no person what ni yenti no na watch lawyer Kwame Pachote Minka yama kwaba bi
na achuma jina reaction councillor Lucho said them out with my legal submission.
Okay.
Nedi kan me chia no kan yen se me ni pa be Oredu.
Okay.
And I shot here Tales from the Powder Room about 2012, 2013. I was Nashoko. So I know him very well.
Oh, okay.
So Becca me. Councillor Becca me.
Me at 2012 dear na me tesube si en tells me ala me teso enti ampa e shiada. So tell me nkadia.
Councillor Becca me.
Me kai din no. Ampa to no asend mu picture, current picture.
Nashoko Tales from the
Powder. No cre tells na me enti oka umwa.
Aha, you are giving a certain twist to what I said. I said that having lived in Ghana and lived in the United Kingdom, the attention given to sexual offences and other issues bordering on sexual assault near the end, and yet the same. What the Ghana? In fact, me can say, "Oh my, extending a crowd, koyem ready a friend grooming." I say, "Yama me who find that she be a mabetre grooming nasi." Ghana, any offense be a grooming. And I was not saying, say, we were brought up to see rape as nothing. Don't ascribe that to me. I was just making an analogy, say, the attention we give to sexual offense. And to say, I'm an only. And it is the reason why most black boys and most people from the side of the problem. Because the reasoning and attention given to it, and to say, and if you cry and you'll stand by it, a very big gap. Right.
Law, Bacho TMU, man canasa, SME Bisa, Misa, your first question. Lawyer Redu, Okasa from a legal point of view, no say I. And I'm saying some statement be a buyer to say, Ghana boys ni fia kwa, sa attitude na you crying, had me and Frank Bruche say, Hayen fee and Tino. Nam says, Hassam na bet to say, ya te had the Sani at Tian, you need to coin. Means out to Hong Kong Asia. Etima said, dear or catch the one to the American Asia, with my Facebook, me say, San common, ye can liga, yendi liga and combo. Ye can't, ye dianka say, I say, we are my drinks, say, Ghana boys, no. How many of you because you rape issues, ning ya take or handy, only quaman on ne. Kona me say, ya and Shania go can, so when you say, that's a baby of Mufino. Sana make us, be your Mufin, Sana Motia.
Okay. Please let your listeners understand, say, standard near attention given to sexual offences, no. It is very high outside compared to your situation.
Okay.
That one I will stand by that any day.
Okay.
And the law, last one, but to law afraid back and hear correction. If you can see, when the law, me bacho, maintain one see bonnet, but baby I make and say, ye Casemunu say legal, you be uncle Casse, Sani a tear where you cloom, na ya fanko yambon, but your son American, so I said,
how repeal be a say bonnet.
And the son American.
Yet me repeal be. Nane ma mi nua ne papa si bia kopacho na ye de asem na kotwe ne I ho ye nya sa wo ho unyo bi andi wanim kopa sa acho.
Okay, lawyer ye da say any tremu a wo de
e mi wi ana mi wi
me pa choi
eti da well lawyer ba abekire ne diem de me kan say ye hwe ye kasem na ye kase bi ama branche ya asem na anko eti say from where they come from they live in a certain way like this and I stand by it. Enya lawyer po me see ko social media ko hwe yen kasemu sana nkrofo kaseti an sana otie only share this is snobbish is like this obet my yen careful na entowa that small statement e kwasu wan hwa na le carry anyina obi so wosika me srew sika pen da form enti so bibi asisi a yen hwe kasem na yen be man so aya ba no wo obi say ya bo asisi a wo kombe do no wo kondo no si no pa jano na ko and you're no penny or bar or Ghana, one pass mama, she can revoke it after 2 years.
It's here for higher peace 104.3. No naya wapa ho sima and so Peace FM 104.3 na uti. Yabasisi ani abedin komwa etwato. Peace 104.3 na ugusu I would say senior. Yes, set the agenda. Now who set the agenda set chairman na. The man here. What the answer no power sorry near bon samrane. Yes, chairman here. Chairman na wabe. Odogu parara na ye bon samrane. Sa na na so jina ne ya wo ye ne dem anajo. Ni ne jina juma ye na najo. No ni ebe to be the from chairman and I ever from daddy. And I say, dear, open see the man now. When I was sorry, no pan anyone will not the any chairman, and I would deal say. And no thing a kiss condom, and therefore for but kiss condoms, the encounter say, who person will call it smoother, a kiss condom. And I will better, and I face also would you call it smooth with a kiss strawberry gel. Woko the nearest pharmacy be a wubenya be ato and as a chemical store where ben will be a wubenya kiss condoms na wato a face also no open lubricants papa and also the kiss strawberry gel na just a woody a boss na bibia akone kama on the smoothness level.
your back. Go on, bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. With the DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Don't have to fear, number one in command. I came just to kill me, ain't too militant. They won't figure eight, but I don't need a man. So they love how me whine, I'm a true religion. You dealing with the body, of course. Or you dealing with the boss. If we break up, yeah, you know that is a loss. Upgraded every dude I ever touched. Study want me back, you can't touch this. Baby, I already leveled up. You're looking for love, and I'm looking for your love. Baby, you can handle all the sauce.
And if you hear this sound, then go on, bend your back. Go on, bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. With the DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Don't have to fear, number one in command. I came just to kill me, ain't too militant. They won't figure eight, but I don't need a man. So they love how me whine, I'm a true religion. You dealing with the body, of course. Or you dealing with the boss. If we break up, yeah, you know that is a loss. Upgraded every dude I ever touched.
And if you hear this sound, then go on, bend your back. Go on, bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. With the DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
All right, 13 minutes after 4. Peace FM Entertainment Review. Now, I would say it's here for. Meka was says I knew way Eddie one of the biggest conversation now where we entertainment industry muna Eddie Aba. Just now we know kwaku from pon the assembly banazo we the molly na the assembly ba.
And if you hear this and then go on, bend your back. Go on, bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max.
Well, the TNS say you need say molly aba you be a one so ababe ra entertainment industry you mu a chese ne nyuma we release your friend shake it to the max you know yeah one the sapa we asia fana baby. I mean this song is topping charts elsewhere in the world uko UK uko America chese baby bebre ne nyum no etumi evra ho and the numbers are shake it to the max you know it was streaming platform no so no it's very 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 commendable. Na yes achievement ya moli etumi achieve enumu enenam na Billboard hip hop ebe tweety message be fan who said thanks for the recognition. This will inspire the mamimpe original post no na min kind and mamo. So Billboard tagi Molly no mucha says Molly music is shaking it to the max with her Afro dance hall smash, which has now spent 6 weeks at #1 on the US Afrobeat songs charts and cracked the Hot 100 at number 55 with a global consigns from Davido, Sierra, and the Kika home. Enti Twitter Billboard hip hop na akwa fan komo kesi ni na ba. En komo na ne saying.
To the max. With the DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. Shake it to the
And come on and say Billboard yes tweety some days ago June busumuna Billboard make sa tweety and no mu and year on yum tuni and wagana ha your friend no Stonebwoy. And so a tweety I think said days after Billboard ni tweet no na Stonebwoy so a tweety say a name originated by Stonebwoy, let it be etched in the books of history, Afro dance hall to the world and beyond. And a Stonebwoy a target at Molly Music forever shaking it to the max and or target Billboard hip hop. And Oche said, thanks for the recognition. This will inspire many youth to create in freedom in the name of Afro dancehall as they blend various styles of African music from the continent. High life, juju, hip life, bongo, flavor, amapiano, Afrobeat, etc. and dancehall music together. Tweet way and a year Stonebwoy emeki ya na watch mu say. Oda Billboard asi. Say a year Afro dance hall onu Stonebwoy originate ye na etie for mo betie Stonebwoy nyum bebre ade bia wodi kan e de Afro dancehall wabomu an ye na hohoawa say ne Billboard hip hop to me I recognize a that genre of music which is a Afrobeat. Ono ani ni aba mole ena abonyuma ene amana ji wiase afana baby afa to me I recognizing under the genre of Afrobeat. Na sankomo we aba be kese ena amanfo bebre na chocho na Stonebwoy nya na your originator enya na de baye amanfo se Samini amanfo se na nie Samini so ede ne ho aba begimo na Samini Twitter o tweet ye no I think say endorse nti meka series of it na etie for mo so mahu senia enkomo no esifatie Samini say I've always represented African dancehall my guy. I inspired Shatawale to start looking this way because I directed and put Stonebwoy first. I directed and put Stonebwoy's first album out and it was a hit. I've never mute when it comes to Stone. Sometimes I come out to defend when I don't have to. But no. Not just a mini tweety na only a year ne followers. Wa mu di ne chi ana nkofo wa mu follow na woni omo echo back and forth. One of the tweeter and also be PMU ye say I'll be lame to claim Afro dancehall. I saw and inspired it into being. African dancehall, JMJ be my witness when I told Stonebwoy to tone down on the patois and few side bases. He's more comfortable with that over cheap. Bakuswa was added by also put some respect on my name. I don't blame you. I blame Stonebwoy. Then another one also I would buy or say me the difference after that or say after that, tell me who named it and who renamed it. Don't make me and Stonebwoy fight. He knows the truth. I beg. Don't. Man start vex these newbies. Massa, talk to your fans. So that's just say Afrobeat in common na afe abesweche kakra. Akwakoye Samini. Wa tagi Stonebwoy. Say Stonebwoy, talk to your fans. So the way I'm gonna make kasanya the entin common akwakoye humunai. But semnity titiru pane say Afro dancehall lab yatini yasumu yatini nyumu bebre na yehu say Stonebwoy naka and community tiru ni say Afro dancehall ye be recognized by a billboard ebi efi na ekoi ebeko na nima be recognized in other big award schemes and ade no ne origination efihi wana pa ne masa Afro dancehall ebetena ye team ema ye start kan bibi say your friend Afro dancehall sana nkomo na kwakoye wo social media no so ye beba studio hanum say na ye ne ya pamfo room because nkomo we I think so over the week the entire week Twitter on all social media platforms near the adeno san komo we ekosopa nti e beba studio ani abasha se mefa yaw en hyesa en komo yase yaw
well I think confusion about in my point of view has been very unnecessary because billboard praise obi say why nyom ana iri bebre ana obi abase or that say billboard in recognizing artists no o may use word we push you for a very long time which is Afro dancehall. For me as your idiot, the first person I met so Afro dancehall our champion over the years Stonebwoy. As to whether or not ye originate and de mean chere. But bet me aka say or no na me hu say what can we push over the years Afro dancehall. Inti say ubu samia make say the origin for me baby am meti free no. Stonebwoy. Now Stonebwoy will every right say obet me claiming idea ofele say what champion. In fact say make I feel year of facts. And I believe say so I check his Stonebwoy trajectory this year. Most of the things our Baba answer to no. Baby up say what do 2 years in terms of putting his facts. Even with the TGM performance intro no. Show you will be our person or make his statement this year with the crafter all year. So I na made ding say all of a sudden na fans no amana dane te say enyo na de bae na amana ya basa. I think in the same vein so Saminu so claim on to me aka say on na say African dancehall because say me call back the person I met so ka so ye king of African dancehall woni nwum mpo Samini me issue ni mente ase say Stonebwoy kan ye no bim fans no support no but Samini be kan African dancehall no bim fans fune na ekon ehon na me mente ase no because if Stonebwoy has the right to claim Afro dancehall then Samini has that same equal right. So no so be claim say honest on the pioneer African dancehall and Afro dancehall betty true or no ni initiative of the African dancehall because your cost about for man facts near ba kope Stonebwoy by industry nim no true high grade ye wine Samini inti more of compliment because menti asia issue we afi abedane intokwa emfa say Samini ni Stonebwoy akon ma sort no san be bro mu krom ati ase because some solve it I'm on my recording yum cry ba Samini album ne so ebi but all of a sudden abedane fan war being for ne man emma Samini ntwi in fact honestly me menti ase because say ye can about sound na omumi no yom no start the sound no. The sound of African dancehall wasn't started by the two and in fact there's no difference between African dancehall and Afro dancehall because o check omo definition in one basis into a word keke coinage of the word no and adane intokwa bebre but to answer your question no to me no ne bakra me tefi na no first me hu say what champion Afro dancehall Stonebwoy see a king of the African dancehall so there and the next Samini basically.
Okay, Councillor.
Sister, maybe so. Onye sure say asime kokosi. Enyumbi ankrofo bidi bani keka yenti abumu ana wa humbrasi. Maybe so. Because Samini ni Stonebwoy. Omo nseme ne kokoso nyina. Omo asano. Omo recording. Ni unze omo blow peace pipe alenye sane e kana no. Enti the Samini beka obe free attention to Stonebwoy. Say Stonebwoy the nkrofo yi ken to on fuli nyama no. Ya enye opportunity to hype enyuma e bana. Na ya nko kan bi echem ya mbedani third person. Hane ete ena boys nkrofo to be start say antokwa ibi. Ene ko kan bi echirem yesi na ye ade hype enyum. Ni ebeka say titi star yenjai anamewa. Dance solo African dance solo the odi buy you the one fambo one I register so no dey buy. Do you have any document to that effect? Ya abaje di say ena ye kasi so china de chi juada na obi ko register general na oko register general we say we ono ni intellectual property or not start here. Did you omu yenya say so twa ananya sa etiati na one can first one a ball first one a mention when adiem first no ya myn adie bia bana nkrofo bia recognize ni ese omu pese omu ye recognition award ya aden ne yen so ase ya mpo na de ba ya yen so ase ne nkoe na nye we na de ba enye we ni de ba ye no ya what is 100 her life 100 years on there her life originate you see the history I'm go to in the program no not just say yen ye hon defi yeah Nigeria for be pick a crowd koy ni nyina awum but Ghana han her life na ye chance in edi 100 years and a history where chire say her life ni 100 years but him say be see ene yeah you see ye ndia no yen chronicle anywhere in registering it dey be a dey keke omo here program ni nyina we dey be say apele no I am be a register to say her life you're gonna afford it because out of her life you will bugger her life you never bought hip life what them can say and to be a sa conversations he ba obi recognize here na yem beginning yem pet documentary and documentation towards these things adia manone for ya ye ni san won no or share ni baby ase ne babaa bi a ɔyɛ ya yɛboa bi ɔhyɛ n'ase na ayɛ te sɛ onim sɛ daakye bi ya yɛboa bi ɛbɛtena pensie kɛseɛ bi so sei nti ya yɛboa nkɔla berɛ mu na yɛde ne picture ato hɔ ɔwea ne yɛde to hɔ nti you be shocked sɛ the day you become that icon na yɛ nyinaa yɛhu sɛsi ate a wobisa yɛ asɛm a yɛyi ano yi there is a history that your family have kept we are losing it ɛnɛ bɛsi ɛnɛ nyama yɛn mba yɛ nyinaa we don't even chronicle it nti obroni sɛ ɔyɛ content mpo de ama yɛ a ɔnyɛ content from when we JSS score SS ɛbaayɛ from kindergarten stages school a wokɔɔyɛ so we don't know how to really keep history and record and go through the proper structure. There is a structure of registering something. And it's a stone boy. When you go and put it in registration, the system will strike and look for other people who come and say, yeah, dear. Nake ba ni say no. Yenya to ho. Yes, I say, Papa, bra, penny, Reggie Rockstone, or grandpapa of Hip Life. Am I right? Says you can't. How true is that? Ya can't go the teams are unregistered. And then you are sorry no go say I am the grandfather of no the document kito bi kanwa. Aka. We have made mistakes in our life. We have gotten brands that we have used them. I have used my use brands be their programs. And striking me one day and post a minko na minko idea minko patent it. Send a be a Dutch meet you no be the idea me twinko stop it. What does it? Now say minko tia adia marani so many years no. Obi catch him say me to use because we are patenting what registered general dada. Madi o me use dada o. Eti yen fa education in baye. Say stone boy na di ba yo. Samini na di ba yo. Omo mienu nyina no I don't see any of them to be owners of the thing they are talking about. Omo kai. But why na the owner meaning they were registered and recognizing as the owner. Finally, some intimacy talk about musician be ntema if you omo fans no. Yama ye fans ni hun say e agro what must say any sika any yedi atem didie yedin wo ho onye me size the funds are funds but we should also be able to control them so that they don't create unnecessary problem for us. Please, Ghana is on the map. A general has been mentioned on the map for Ghanaians. How do we rally around to make sure that whatever we deserve we take it than acting like ostriches fighting ourselves not to arrive? So I am not for Samini, I am not for Stoneboy, but I'm saying, say, let's find the rightful owner. And if there's no owner, somebody rush and become the owner. Sana Mekano.
All right, Tilly.
Okay, remember my submission I very tietia. The name Edino Afro dancehall no memeti was Stoneboy ho. However, the style of music and yet Stoneboy and started and what the dada. There's in fact credit more of the producers. One more create the sound, one more create sound no. Cause dancehall no the beat makers one more make it beat no be credit more. Now the conversation abano Michelle Samini reaction, big man Samini reaction is quite unfortunate for me. Very, very unfortunate. And Mame Aisha Modi vibes. Sorry to say, because
Aisha Modi vibes I don't need way. Because
me follow in common across Twitter X na and it's anya fan be can sama Stoneboy no attack Stoneboy talk to your Stoneboy I say fan be akọ starting on the fan akọ piano. Now I pay down common a free fan no ho e dey akọ Stoneboy ho direct same for Aisha Modi talk on Stoneboy ko nanwe obi na ekokan ya was me twa abonti ya fan ko Stoneboy pona no. Why is it that way? My question is, does the legend Samini still has problems with Stoneboy or person on any iron out in public kana? Because I at this point I'm thinking say an icon like Samini understand say most of the fans are ignorant about certain things and how the youth now even address in Penyifono. And yet, there's no respect. And to carry that energy from the online with somebody on who accounts, say you paying the misbehavior and bring it straight to Stoneboy. And I just say, it looks like you are looking for a means to beef your own son. What you say? And then these people are doing it. And I'm just imagining Stonebwoy being in the house. Oh yeah, people know who bars from ne papa ho. Say talk to your fans or talk to your fans when he doesn't even know probably what they are causing in the moment. And if there is a problem, why can't Big Man Samini? Because now saying I'm to say recording or more types of shake it to the max, or more release here, which means behind the scenes they are cool. So why is it that a regular fan has come and or can in somewhere who he and show and you are not able to call your boy and say oh, this the way they go on, I hope say be nothing. But tagging him, that Stonebwoy, talk to your fan, make we not beef Stonebwoy. Why? Is there a problem that we don't know about that is going on between Stonebwoy and Samini? Because they shouldn't be picked from online fans and take it to Stonebwoy straight. When you are also an artist, so when I see somebody who has the name, your friend is in high grade, that's Obedesemia, can I take the energy straight to Samini's store? I can't do that. So why is it the same for this? But the conversation is very moot. I keep saying, "Say, I'm here at this point." Nipa atene wosi ye bona baso. E peja ne nkomo ma no. E ye moli. Ono na ye kan billboard for posting na ye kan asem.
I don't think say nkomo no what's the word to use? Me who say nkomo no dimini moli in any way. And I say be a unifi conversation in any way.
A unifi conversation in most ways, which is unnecessary at this point. Because Senya Akobana Akoye Samini any Stonebwoy claiming a certain originator for a certain name. Meanwhile, that is not even the basis of the article now. The basis article. The article is an entire bio on the lady. What you say? So how come we are not celebrating a lady whose song has been on Billboard 6 weeks? How many Ghanaian artist songs that Etimia ISRD no? So now in common up a free the center the focal point to somebody saying I'm originating here. No, it's not me. And our fans and I say it has taken something from the lady. This is her moment. Yes, celebrating. This is the time. The beautiful thing we did as a nation was when I saw all these big artists also doing their versions one way or the other to promote the project and to hype the girl up. So how come all of a sudden a problem? A drink has now become the focal point of this conversation with Billboard when it's about Molly. It has taken a lot from the conversation from the lady, and I was hoping, this is where icons like Stonebwoy and Samini will rally behind the lady, push the conversation. Meanwhile, I think Stonebwoy with his post, the simple post, didn't spoil anything. I saw it, I didn't react, but the energy that came from the Samini side, was too much. Was just too much, and it breaks my heart to think, all of that was simply triggered by fans online. And no, fans online. And it says Stonebwoy can simply directly to disrespect Samini. Fans online, that most of them are ignorant, can trigger you like this to call your boy, talk to them, talk to them. Say fans, when Twitter boys, do you talk to them? Twitter boys, agenda boy, I find the one down abonity. When and then the castle betty, why? Do you get it? So it made me feel say no, there is a problem somewhere that it is unresolved between Brand Samini and Brand Stonebwoy, because this cannot be the basis of talk to people make we not be for who rename them like hey Abigail. What you say? Well, it's just too much. Like I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Meanwhile, look at the mileage and the wonders this lady's project is doing. Now, Billboard the feature na no common no. So why all this?
Akosi.
Obapa. Nkomo we there. Me hwe ba bia nkomo no fi ne ya. Say achievement ya ye claim yi. Patro ska bia ba kira na.
No, I think so. It's not well, maybe I remember where we, but yesika anaya bakwasem ebano yenyumu, because one of the and a counselor boss, one of the things I nim say ye challenge I face with Chroma a documentation when it comes to some of these, especially a music history. Documentation near baby ato snipper. It doesn't necessarily have to be money, but if a whole genre can be created, and now we are going to have big hits such as Shake It to the Maxi under that genre. It's supposed to be a idea was say a idea was say a bekanya bakwasem ho. Senior Nigeria for enemy who Burna Boy as he's championing Afrobeat in Nigeria and all of that, you know. This Afro dancehall conversation, no, and yes, kasem. Me pacho dia make anot say.
It was but who say yeah, me who say more at times no yet try say ye baby komo afa why no the way by and why no the way by achievement me jitum sa say ye no the by bia ye mo na baso but me ya na sustaining that particular discovery no for me more important. Rhythms bebre ye Ghana ye introduce uncle for their bano bisa ho say ye introduce hip life ye de kosi himfa ye introduce azonto ye de kosi himfa dia yanka say ye develop kura na esanka ye mawiase na aye popular wiase na magana ye tumi nya bibi film na tumi spark controversy build some momentum with our music no yentumi yemfa hodin ni shem emane njina said say jina enkomoyi akora no kora minim how Molly is even going to feel because ono akora ketwa ena sabi mo ampanifo madaroma mu pushi na ono watumi ede enyum kama ya ba enyum billboard celebrate no enti ono de ena eja ono kora babawa wo gine shine na shine ka ode ma no kora no at least eyenyonyam share de ma mo as senior musicians any mo leverage any no ma maye nti kan no normal circumstance no we kora de nka ye mo amonana mo ba any mo offer na sabisabiu wa peki bibi akoyi but say mo mpanifo na mo wachiri na mo se moye yi no na mo mom kwa no mo conversation no every ayifo no ho na mo mpanifo no na say mo claim titles enti akola kitwa na ono Molly na ono kofa ono wa peki bibi afri mo ho na wode akowiase na billboard celebrate na esanka mo papa fo kwa moniji na at least nka mo kwa mo ma thumbs up ma de no ekoso na billboard fo kwa hu so this is say you perceive move conversation we cry from girl no achievement na wa achieve no now say no yai nkomo no se me hwe nkomo no ba bia kwa yemfa Molly kran sinche na yenka Molly de no na achievement next week na yen deal with grandfathers wo mo mienu no we claim say me na me ye we claim say me na me ye we and I don't see the importance in all that. Why we feel say we na ode Afro e bia ba no document it. If Stone is claiming say ono no de Afro dance hall e ba ya, let him claim it, let him document it. Say dia e kan no literate kan no go and register it, document it, do a video, document it. You found to library in Chirima, generations to come will talk about it. And Nigeria for near queer high life almost see woman a yomodia. We must say and the yetron was there, you know motion your dollar phone. What I say. So me, I think that it's important, and I don't even want this beef between Stonebwoy because Stonebwoy came from high grade. It's at the same me papa kontokwa. It's nonsense. Say me papa to fight your father. Whatever it is. Hey, Stone, Opa Stone inje Grammy. Stone kwaji Grammy no awards cry the back Ghana. Ye me bon pass one day on jia. Oji cry the back Ghana. Glory no ebe kwa Samini ho. The glory will go to Samini. Because Obia ye tracing the route the route no is from high grade. So sometimes you me pese baby wu from afino. You don't even have to use your left finger to point to your father's house. It is wrong to use your left finger to point to your father's house. So I don't want to have a conversation anything of a sort to even look at the beefing between Samini and Stonebwoy. It's wrong. And let nobody even encourage it. Both fans so one you Beam Nations or one you let nobody encourage it. Because somebody, there's an old man before a young man came. And why? Meboa. There's an old man before a young man came. And there's no way the young man will now become something and then start blaming the old man for say he has failed in life. It is wrong for the young man, after going through an old man, to come back and then look at the old man and look at him and say he has failed. We shouldn't even have to engage in that conversation. If it's a different camp, fine. We will talk about it. But between Samini and Stonebwoy, let nobody encourage any conversation of beefing. Because Stonebwoy's father is Samini. And let everybody, let everyone listen to the sound of my voice.
Okay.
Understand this and rest in peace. Sir, let us not continue.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Sir, we will not engage this conversation. Because Stonebwoy is from Samini. And let me be every family. Obia or this Stonebwoy Chibia fans over millions fans. Let them understand, say, Stonebwoy is a celebrated artist, but there is an old man called Samini, where he came from.
Okay,
and that is his father's house.
All right, me pacho. Mo final words. Councillor Pacho, final words. Na yen fan. Sorry, some Sarah.
We final words.
Me pacho, you're very brief. Your time has.
The di kind say, Nyame aye adom yawura July bosumi mu. Last week me can say the honorary awards are Ebaso, the 3G Media Awards, which has been there for 13 solid years. Nyankopon dom. Obian himself is the mother of all awards in the United States of America. Almost ubia wa mian and imbia born homodin wa Ghana and Africa to be precise and America nyinano. He nyina him say all awards se by nyinano. We even award those who are running awards. Him said this year nomination about for Ghana Music Award mo CEO Dondi. You are nominating for an award for what is championing in Ghana music. Year started.
Okay.
Nominations are coming up this July. Your request for Ubia Agency Ubia ye Bibia or Sefata say ye bonabaso. Ubia Wujitumu say ampa. Waye Bibi Ukrim Oba Bema Ohema Ohene whatever it is. Misrao Bohumodeng. Na beka ye honi enye.
All right.
Unso urema nye boni bia, but wa peso ye bia no makase. You can easily send me a simple message on WhatsApp or call me on 0277 609 644. Ana unsaka Abigail Ashley. Mamunim yenua ba get sister yo wo here ope boy Abigail Ashley wo okay FM ni we no. But unsaka on so a wait my boama wait me with the nomination about for the 3G Awards 0277 609 644. Mark Jinja chips and no man so now for ubenya bi. Ya di me chiti se bi.
Yeah, me pacho final words briefly 30 seconds.
My final words, I think Jali is releasing a version of Shake It to the Max.
Oh, okay.
Shake It to the Max. Yeah, now I'm checking it out.
All right. Tilly.
Me pacho Ghana Music Awards USA. On deadline for voting eba area pacho the Japan best best international song pacho collaboration with Nanas Dobiasika, which is Maseda, and the song best male vocalist. He has been nominated and best gospel song me pacho 3 nominations, solid one. On my fire I am referring to Monko Porthouse no so Ghana Music Awards US and Monko to Emmanuel de Japan. Maseda, anywhere you see his name, votes.
Okay. Makosi.
Yeah. Dedika yembo Ghana Music Awards Europe for Abaso. Nano if you day and one year nomination night. Na ewo close at 4 hall. Na ye na yako hobby. And then I'm sanka osa beba one me nuaba educhumwa na me expertise anka no beba na yeka ho asem. Congratulations to all the nominees.
Okay.
Your bomb pie say dano so this year omo ko Belgium. We are going to Belgium. If ye na ye ko bia ko support educhumwa osa any Papa Bills. Omo ye adwuma pa. I saw something good this 4th edition. It looks good and I like the faces and the edumadin ya koso ewe. Congratulations to all of them. All the nominees as well.
All right, it's here for you. But I say, Abigail, actually, my time as soon. Who's away?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Me pouch and Yami had my Monday and my birthday.
Oh,
And I'm celebrating the day with my new book, Grace and Grace.
Okay, Grace and Grace.
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be available at Peace FM High, and so be baby. I'll be here Monday, but Tuesday,
Tuesday, me ba na ni ya sheda ya ni ama we exclusive. Yeah, that's we rate here for. Yeah, that must say. This one going out to Blacko. A big congratulations to you for that sold out concert. Very beautiful, very emotional, outstanding performances. The energy was just spot on. Congratulations to you, Blacko. 47 minutes after 4. It's here for me, the MCI. Amina Mitine Muma, a year. Akosia Bwaji, the darling boy. Baby, I know Samwa Bedu will be a mechiao. Mi Yena Menua Bechatu or WhatsApp. So. Okay. My cramo is here for Yakupon Ya Duma Tuesday. Best sign Asia. I will peace 104.3. Me, the MCI. And 1 minute, must be bring.
Healing. I be up, how much in I'm screaming.